everybody? What's good, everybody? It's your boy Doc Holiday, and my co-host should be on in like a couple of minutes. But y'all already know what time it is. It is Saturday night. It's Saturday night, and it's called, you know what it is. It's Doc and SheLovesThee, HBCU Saturday Night Live. As always, man, I thank everybody for joining on the show tonight. Let's see who we got in the building. We get that roll call in the building. We got Spence. We got Spence. Boy, you tripping, bro. You tripping. You tripping. You tripping. Miss Quay, how you doing? How you doing? As always, I got a new person. Critique Designs. Critique Designs. Man, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We'll get into the Grambling thing. That way we can talk about that right there. And you already know, you already know, like, comment, respectfully, share, and subscribe. That's how we do it. That's how we do it here. We are one big old happy family. Who else we got up in here? We got Big Lauderdale from the M Town. He from the M Town, South Memphis. Yeah, baby. We got Mr. Campbell, the Bishop, as everybody know. He is in the building as always. Jacktown Jew, but he represent FAMU. He said the Rattler delegation is in the house. I got my guy Jay Blue. What's good, people? What's good, man? Miss Diamond, how you doing? How you doing? Everybody, yes, everybody get ready to watch that Davis Garcia fight. I think I got my money on Tank. They going all the way through. Chris Dukes, what's good, my guy? What's good as always? As always, unstoppable, unstoppable. What's good? You present, Franklin. God is good all the time, y'all. God is good. Ain't he good? Ain't he good to us, y'all? Ain't God good to us? I'm just one of the.
Thank you very much.
God is good to us, y'all. God is good. We got Miss Whitley. How you doing? How you doing? Make sure all the moderators that's in the chat right now, make sure y'all monitor the chat, because if anybody want to get online, we'll send their ass to the upper room. Southbound, as always, coming in from ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. Miss Sabrina, Dr. Sabrina. Dr. Sabrina, let me give you the formal introduction. Dr. Sabrina Singleton. How you doing? Mr. Hardy, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Walter from Fort Washington, Maryland. That's what I'm talking about. He from the DMV. Welcome to you to the show. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Call to Mr. Ragsdale. What's good, man? What's good? St. Louis, STL in the house, 314. JSU Tigers. Look, we ready for football as always. We are ready for football. Shut up and bump. Shut up and bump. What's good? What's good? Me at Mike. What it do? What it do? What it do? You know I gotta have my resident MEAC guys up in here, man. So it wouldn't be a great show with us. We ain't got no MEAC people up in here, man. Oh shoot, let me get that wrench for you, man. Let me go ahead and get that for you, so that way you won't be tripping. And while we do that, we got SheLovesThee. She's probably doing something as far as trying to get some things going on the chat. You got that wrench, bro. You got it. You got it. But we thank everybody for coming on. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share, and subscribe to both channels. If you want to donate to both channels, you can hit the Cash App down here at the bottom, HBCU Overdrive on the Cash App, or you can use Super Chat, Super Stickers, and Super Thanks. Because every dollar, every last cent that we get from this channel, it goes back into the channel. And don't let nobody try to tell you that, well, all these YouTubers, that's all they want to do is get money. You damn right. That's why we trying to get money. But hell, that's how you pay half your bills right there when you try to be on YouTube, man. We gotta ask for the money. We gotta ask for the money. Shoot. I don't know sometimes I don't know what's wrong with people. But if my guys in the building, like I said, we are sponsored. We are going to be sponsored. We are going to be sponsored by We Work for Everything.org. I got my hold on. I got my hoodie in yesterday, so I told my guy I had to put it on for him. I had to make sure they, you know what I'm saying, I represent and put his name out there. Israel, brother Israel, how you doing, man? As always. What's good, Lynn Harris? What's good? What's good? What's good? In fact, let me try to get this one right here. So, like I said, man, we gonna be sponsored right now, and I want to put this on here so everybody can know. I just did this commercial, probably like about. I just did this little clip, probably about an hour ago. An hour ago, so let everybody know. HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. See, hey, I'm doing commercials and everything, y'all. I'm doing commercials. I'm trying to get big time. I'm trying to get big time, y'all. How do you join? So the way you want to join is basically if you're on your laptop, go to the actual page to the channel and you will join from right there. Or I can make it so much easier for everybody and just put the link right here in the chat. Give me a second. Hold on. All right. Let me put this in the chat. And then it's going to be pinned at the top. For anybody who wants to become an exclusive member. Now we got 2 tiers, Overdrive Purple, Overdrive Blue. But you will be exclusive no matter what. Oh, thank you, Miss Quaid. Thank you. Thank you. Hit it at the top. If you see it right there, that is at the top. So that's what we do. That's how you're gonna join. Timona, she has her own as far as subscriptions and stuff. But this is what we're gonna do. This is how we do it, y'all. We got 84 people combined in the chat. Make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe to both channels. Make sure you hit that notification bell to both channels to get everything She Loves D and over here at HBCU Overdrive. All right, all right. So first of all, man, let me tell y'all, I had a great time on the Golden Boot podcast. My boy Pooh Bear and Ant, you know, they won Bama State. Other one, they both from Louisiana though, man. Man, Grambling. Hey, I'm gonna say it just like this, man. Those fellas right there are trying to get it going. I'm glad that I actually got on there. We talked Jackson State football. My boy Blue was on there also, so we was talking about Tennessee State football also. I got the link in the chat. Anybody wants to join in, give me their 2 cents about today's spring game. But other than that, man, we had it was a lot of we talked about some good stuff, and also brother brother Bakari, how you doing, man? How you doing? We talked about a lot, man. It was a good conversation. And then my boy from D2 HBCU, he had come on there. He represent Tuskegee, and he pretty much kind of tried to put me. He tried to roast on me. I said, "Hey, hold on now." And I had to come back in. I had to defend. I had to defend for Jackson State University. Look, I told him, y'all beat us. We lost to some SIAC teams, but that was in our dark times. Cause now, if y'all played us now, we probably would Peter roll. We probably would Peter roll. Yes, sir. I had to have that Sonny Boom in the background bumping. I can't go nowhere else. And come on now, come on now. Subject for tonight. The subject for tonight. Look, we're gonna start with uh we're gonna start with Grambling's spring game. And that's where we're gonna start at. So let me get my banner set up right here. Saturday Night Live with Dr. She Loves D. Gonna start with Grambling's spring game. What so the little that I saw, because I kind of glanced at it, I wouldn't say a lot, but I watched from towards the middle of the first quarter to like the middle of the second quarter. And what I would say for Grambling is, one, they are going to have a decent running game. Oh yeah, I need to bring LaShonda up in here too. They're going to have a decent running game, and two, Uh, Miles Crowley is the truth. I'm gonna say it just like that. Miles Crowley is the truth. Let me see if I can get. Let me see if I can get Yard Talk up in here. Message her. Let me see what we got. See if she hit me back up. But yeah, we could talk. I'm gonna tell her we could talk Grambling football if she want to get on there. And then oh yeah, that was last. It was fire last night. It was fire last night. Man, I was watching it. He had Coach Beef on there. uh, Shout out to Coach Beef, head strength and conditioning coach for Jackson State University for the football team. Man, like yes, they do have a Twitter page. Yes, yes, yes. is a blessing to get something like this because I never thought I would get. I would never thought I would have somebody sponsor this show, like for real. I never thought I would have somebody sponsor this show, and it feels so good, y'all. It feels so good. God is good, y'all. God is good. But let's continue back on let's continue back on Grambling. Now, the way that Grambling did their spring game, that they did their teams, they just didn't go with ones versus ones, twos versus twos. They had an actual draft. If you haven't seen it, they've been posting it on Twitter and on Instagram, on their Instagram page and on their Twitter page. So I like what they're doing as far as bringing out the content. Bringing the content out, I love what they're doing. It says a lot from what you didn't see with Fobbs as the head coach. Now what you said with Hugh Jackson as the head coach and those kids being more intuitive and being more open to say, hey, we might be smack dab in the middle of the country, but you can come and get a great education and play good football here at Grambling State. That's what I was saying. Oh, y'all, she had a crawfish. Y'all talk is at a crawfish boil. Hey, save me some, because I want some crawfish. I make that trip down the street. She is that time. She had a crawfish boil. Well, they had a lot of things going on. They had a lot of things going on in Grambling. They do got the crawfish boil afterwards. They had the game was uh, somebody who said they would try to find the game on YouTube. The game was not on YouTube. The game was on HBCU League Pass Plus, aka Urban Edge Network. So it was on their channel on Urban Edge Network. That's the way that's how you would have saw that game, the spring game. Which by far, I mean, the it had a little bit of glitch there here and there, but as far as the video quality went, it was nice. It was great. I would give that to Grambling. I would give that to Grambling for that little old school in the country. Yeah, crawfish sounds real good. Crawfish sound real good. But other than that, man, Floyd Chalk, those running backs, Keelan Elder, I think he had another year of eligibility. Those running backs are going to be the key to kind of take the pressure off of Miles Crowley. So whoever is going to be the quarterback for Grambling, more than likely it is going to be Crowley being the quarterback. um, that's one thing. I feel like this is one thing I would say this. I feel like Alabama State did Miles Crowley an injustice by not playing him more last season, especially since when Demetrius Davis is stinking up the joint. So that's what I say as far as that's what I would say as far as uh Crawley's potential. He could have had more. His potential is very high. Uh, his potential is very high. It would have been very high if E-Rob would have started him more when Demetrius Davis was stinking up on the field. Thank you, man. Thank you. I got this hat at work. Um, it's the Texas Rangers City Connect deal that we got going. So it's fly hat. I ain't did nothing to it yet, but it's a fly hat. Uh But yeah, that's what you will see. I think that's what you'll see as far as Grambling goes on the offense. They're going to be young at the receiver spot. They're still a little bit young at the running back. Uh, uh, Remember, they mixed in because they did a draft style. So the offensive lineman, you won't know how the offensive lineman will play until the actual starters practice more and more and more and more, get themselves into that rhythm, get themselves into in sync. Then you'll see how that offensive line will play. Found out too, Sundiata Anderson, who's the defensive end, who's a terror on the edge. He came back for another year, so that is a big boost to their defense. Their defense flying around. They defense was flying around the field the whole time. The game ended 28-27. I think it was either the black or the gold team won. Um, Either way it goes, it was a good scrimmage, y'all. It was a good spring game, y'all. So that's what I would say. And then they had the crowd there, the bands there, and everything. So that's good and everything. What's good, Chris? Chris Dub, what's good, man? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what was going on as far as with Grambling. There was some other games that was today. You got Alabama State, not Alabama State, uh, Arkansas Pine Bluff had their spring game, and from my little birdie, my little birdie, Lillian. So this is what I asked her a question, so I ended up. This is what she told me. This is where she's coming from. She says, the defense will be a problem. The defense for Pine Bluff will be a problem. They are going to fly around the field. They're going to be gang tackling. They're going to swarm around the ball. She also said they are quick and can move. So they it's not saying that they are small, but they are very quick. They're agile and they can move around on the field. She says, and this is what else she says. She says that the O line is a joke. She says the offensive line for Pine Bluff is a joke. The reason why she says it's a joke, she says they have no size and no stamina. First of all, what in the hell have y'all been doing in y'all all season to not have the size and the stamina to be on that field? What the hell going on? I don't get it, man. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. Sometimes I get this awkward feeling. I get the awkward feeling about, being able to try to get yourself bigger, faster, stronger, um, in shape, everything. But for you to have an offensive line to have no size and no stamina, that's a lot. That's a lot right there. That's a lot right there. How you doing, Miss Veronica? That tells a lot right there. That's gonna tell me a lot. Especially since we do have Pine Bluff on the schedule this year. Remember, they fell off our schedule for those 2 years. We got them back on the schedule for this season. That's going to tell us a lot. And we're playing them in Pine Bluff, too. So we'll see. She says the quarterback, Chancellor Edwards, he is a sophomore out of Mesquite, Texas. So she was telling me about him that he can run and he can throw. So he's pretty much a dual threat, durable. I haven't seen too much tape on him. I'm gonna have to do more of my research on this guy right here. Even though he is from here, he is from the DFW area. I stay in the DFW area, y'all. I want to see I want to see what the tape looks like. And then it says Chance will be a good backup. So that's the actual backup quarterback. So I don't have they haven't updated their roster yet, but I know they will update it in the meantime. But I just want to make sure that we can get all these players' names and the positions and the numbers and their where they're from. We can get all this right where we won't have to worry about trying to figure out what's going on. You said thanks for the trade. Hey, we gonna get into that too, man. Look, we get into that also, man. We get into that also, man. You good. Um, she says the best player by far is Trey Glimp. If you don't know who Trey Glimp is, Trey Glimp, Jackson State would try to get Trey Glimp into Jackson to kick for the football team. He ended up he was supposed to go to Southern at first. He was supposed to be committed to Southern. We tried to get him at the last hour, and then at that final second, he hit a swerve on both schools and said he's taking his ass up to Arkansas. So Trey Glimp, the kicker and the punter, is, she says, by far the best player on the team right now. That is saying a whole lot, y'all. So she also said he ain't missing shit. She said he is automatic. The man was a 5-star. The kid was a 5-star. Said he ain't. If you ain't seen his tape when he was in high school, he don't miss nothing. He don't miss nothing. That man, that kid right there, was better than Mata. You say he deserves a what? Oh man, that's what she said. Best player on the team. He ain't missing shit. She also says for right now, is she worried about Pine Bluff? No. Right now, y'all got to understand, Pine Bluff is going to be. Pine Bluff is in a whole rebuild. Pine Bluff is in a whole rebuild. You remember they quarterback graduated. Running back is took his talents to Tarleton State. All right. The receivers gone. Okay. On the defense, Monroe Beard transferred to Tennessee State. Mark Evans in the draft. They got a lot of holes to fill. And I hope Coach Hampton can get it right and get the ship going. The only thing I was upset about Pine Bluff was they waited so late to hire a coach where I think they didn't have a chance to utilize the actual signing day. You didn't know who was going to go to the school. You didn't know who signed with the school. You don't even know who's on campus right now. And that's even an early signee. She said, I know your cousin brother talking about that's a damn shame. Hey, I'm not lying. This is coming from my source right here. She was at the spring game. She said the kicker is the best player on the damn team right now. Ooh, I get into that too. we'll talk a little bit about that too. And it is true. UAPB does rebuild like every other year. They have cycles where they rebuild like probably every 3 years, 2 years or so. They have cycles. They have glimpses. They have like that little gleam in your eye where they are good for like at least a year or two, and then after that, the rug gets pulled off from under them, and they back to where they normally supposed to be at the bottom. We will talk about that in a minute, y'all. But she also said that don't underestimate them. They might be able to sneak up on some teams too if you underestimate them. So not what I don't. He's doing. Coach Hampton is doing everything just like what Coach TC and all the other SWAC coaches are doing. He's jumping. He's getting into that portal to get the kids so he can fill out his roster. He getting the players that he signed on National Signing Day. That way they come in. Whenever they come in the summer, get those kids acclimated. That way they can get a team and they can get ready for the season. It's no different than what everybody else is doing. The only difference between Jackson State or a FAMU or even a Prairie View is we're reloading, they are rebuilding. Y'all get the difference right there. We're reloading, they are rebuilding. But like she said, don't underestimate these dudes. She also told me, she says, Coach Hampton is her cousin. So and he's a tricky guy. So he's coming from that Coach Bowden tree, y'all. Not saying Bobby Bowden, but I'm talking about Terry Bowden from ULM. He is an Arkansas native, but he went to ULM. He played at ULM, but he can recruit the state of Arkansas. He could go into Memphis and get some kids come out of Memphis. He could go up. He could go south to northern Louisiana, get into Bastrop, Monroe, Rustic, Tallulah, all those towns right there. He can go recruit that. He can also come into the Delta in Mississippi and get those kids out of the Delta, y'all. So it's not like he can't go too much anywhere. He can go where in that radius right there to get those kids, get them up to par, train them, get them up to par, and try to build a winning football team. So I'm gonna see. We gonna keep here at HBCU Overdrive. We gonna keep our eye on Coach Hampton and UAPB. All right. But she says she saw some improvement from 2 weeks ago. The D line has speed. It does not waste a drop. They are hungry. That means that the D line is damn near want to whoop somebody's ass on the offensive line. They tired of whooping the offensive line, the people that's in front of them. They want to whoop ass against somebody else. So we shall see as far as Pine Bluff. Now, on the other agenda, who do you move? Come on now. Come on. Y'all. Come on. I want to see if Mr. Ford coming on here. If Mr. Ford jump on. Let's see who had spring games today. Move this banner out the way, y'all. All right. Spring games for Saturday, April 22nd. Prairie View had their spring game. Grambling, of course, Pine Bluff, and Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman is an interesting case, y'all. We'll get into that. Also, other teams. Delaware State had their spring game today from the MEAC, so they're the only team that had a spring game from the MEAC. On here is Kentucky State, Central State, and looks like Morehouse. And last but not least, and that's it. Those are the teams, those are the schools that had their spring game, y'all. today. So Prairie View, what I will see as far as Prairie View goes, Prairie View is an interesting case because remember they returned pretty much almost everybody, y'all. They uh pretty much they pretty much bring back most everybody. They got a quarterback. They got a proven quarterback in Trayvon Conley. They have a stud running back that transferred in from Valley in Caleb Johnson. They have the receivers who can separate from the DBs. They have the defense. They have the defense that can get after the quarterback, that can fly around the ball. They have pretty much everything coming back to them. Okay. The only thing about Prairie View is two things. Two things about Prairie View. One, can Trayvon Conley be more effective as a passer than what he does as running? And two, getting the people to the damn stadium to actually see the team, they are good, and trying to make them believe that Prairie View can do what, can go out there and be competitive, win games, try to win the West. That's the thing about Prairie View. All right. We already talked about Pine Bluff. Bethune-Cookman is another case. First of all, let's shout out to Bethune-Cookman for breaking ground. That's going to break ground on their new foot practice field and facility, which should be done by August, from what I'm hearing. President Drake, Coach Woody, and a handful of other people were out there breaking ground to where they're going to have an actual practice field. And from the renderings, the drawings, it looks damn good, y'all. It looks damn good. So the field should be done by August. I think everything else is going to be done hopefully by next year. But we're going to keep a lookout for Bethune. Thing with Bethune is they need a quarterback. They kind of you got to overhaul that team. We talked about Coach Woody, who is a Coach Taggart disciple, who played at Bethune-Cookman back in the early '90s. Who was defense coordinator and pretty much a damn good recruiter, y'all. I'm not gonna. That's one thing I'm not gonna bull jive about. That man can recruit his ass off. I don't care. When he was at FAU with Taggart, the man tried to recruit Shador. They had Shador lock, stock, and barrel until that final hour when y'all know who made his way to Jackson. So hold on. Hold on.
Oh-huh. Oh-huh.
Oh-huh. Bless them cherry. Really. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Let me see if where my co-host at, because she tripping. She taking too long. I know we um so pretty much y'all it was it was funny to watch some of these games. Um but like I said, with Grambling, I do see some improvement, y'all. I do see some improvement. Will that will that convert into winning games? We don't know. We won't know until the fall comes, y'all. Um but um like I said, we shall see when it comes about, y'all. Shout out to JSU North. Jesus. Jesus. What's going on, KD? What's going on? What's going on? We are 42 minutes inside of the show. I'm I'm your host. I'm your boy. I am the player Poncho, Doc Holiday. And when my co-host get on here, she should be on here in a second, y'all. Timona, aka SheLovesThee. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If you want to become an exclusive member, I have it pinned at the top of the chat. We got bills to pay, y'all. We got bills to pay. So, so let's address the elephant in the room, y'all. Let's address the elephant in the room. And I want to see if I can get someone up here. Let me get her. See if she'll get up here. All right. First things first, y'all. I wouldn't call it a debacle. I wouldn't call it too much anything. I don't too much want to read into this. I call what I call now that whatever you want to call that mess up in the state of Colorado, Boulder, to be exact. I would say this. I would say this. Offensive wise, I'm gonna tell you just like this. Shador got freaking better. Shador got freaking better. Seriously, y'all. I'm not bull job. I'm not bull job. Shador got better, y'all. When I'm saying he got better, I looked at his stats when I tuned in. The boy was 10 of 11 for like 150 something yards and two touchdowns. The boy, and he still was taking care of the football. The boy got better, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm not praising that school up there or anything like that. I'm with what Ken said last night on his show. I want those kids, the ones that left us from West Jackson and went up there. I want them to succeed. I want them to be successful. I don't wish no ill will on the kids. The coach, I could care less. I could care less. Like Israel, listen in Mr. Ford's voice. Listen. That boy got better. He got better. And that offense, that offense, shout out to Sean Lewis. I don't care what anybody say right now, but shout out to him because the way that's a pure air raid, move the ball down the field type of offense. He was moving that ball down the field, like literally, literally, literally. Y'all, I know people watch. I know people say they ain't watch it, but I know some people watch it. He literally was going fast pace. That was the type of pace that we were supposed to have last season, y'all. That's fast pace. We were trying to go that type of pace right there. And just saying though, like it amazed me, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It amazed me. It amazed me. Now this is just the offense, y'all. The defense, whoo, that defense was terrible. That defense was terrible. Hold on. Let me put that quote back up there. If the defense was so horrible, it's so horrible. How good was Shador really? Shador was damn good. Shador was really damn good today. Shador was really damn good today. That's how bad that defense was. The reason why they're bad, first of all, they're light up front. They're light up front. They don't have the two space eaters as far as defensive tackles to take up space for those linebackers to flow. And it's scripted. It's always going to be scripted. Every spring game is scripted. I mean it's cool. It's cool. But still, they need help on that defense. Cause Jeremiah Brown, Cam Simmons, Craig, I don't even know Shiloh was out there. Who else is out there? Barron Hobson. I don't think they could do enough right there. Right? Okay. I don't think they could do enough. He the portal closes next week. Oh, he gonna be in that portal. But he better not bring his ass down to Jackson. Talking about getting our players. I'm gonna say it just like right now. I'm gonna tell you small. I'm gonna just tell you right now. He better stay on the western side. He better stay west of the Mississippi. Don't bring your ass this way. 3 wide receivers, three players from HBCU Jackson have transferred. One with the games to Colorado, which is it's cool, non-factor though, because after probably like the 6 or 7 game, he was a non-factor. Jurienta Davis, to A&M, Texas A&M, he was supposed to be penciled in as the next starter behind Aubrey Miller and Shane Hooks to Ole Miss. We already knew Shane was not going to leave Mississippi. I don't think he wanted to leave Mississippi. Shane is comfortable being in the South. He's from Florida, so he don't want to go up to the cold. All right. We knew that Shane was going to Ole Miss. There was no doubt. I mean, the thing about this is Juriente and Shane, they graduated. They graduated already. They're graduates of Jackson State University. Now they get to go play grad ball at their respective schools. Willie Gaines was a non-factor after the 6th game. He was a non-factor. 6 or 7 game, he was non-existent to us. That's how I see it. That's my insight right there. She said she ain't ready yet. She tripping. It's either he going 3-9. Oh Jesus! Hold on 1 second, y'all. Miss Kim, Kevin Coleman did not go to Colorado. Kevin Coleman went to Louisville. Had his spring game today. Looked damn good today. JD was a he was on there. He was on there. Uh, hold on. But I'm just gonna let everybody know. Yeah, with Shane Hook, that wide receiver room is deep. Um, as far as that state goes, the defensive line is good, is pretty much almost better than ever. Um, DBs is we got the depth at defensive back. We also the only situation we have is the offensive line, and like I said, he's getting that in the portal. Um, let me see something, y'all. All right, all right. So just waiting on for we're about to be at the we're about to be at the 8 o'clock hour, the first hour, y'all. Um, got 166 people in, but look, I know why everybody's here. I know why everybody's here. I know why everybody's coming in. They want to see the special guest. But first, before we do that, before we do that, we gotta go to another commercial break, y'all. HBCU OverDrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream. With their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more, you can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. All right, we back. We are back. We are back. And y'all know that young man gonna ball. What's his name? His name Kobe Paul, man. What's good, bro? What's good, man? I had to put that intro up in there, bro. I had to give it to him.
You hit on the note, man.
All right, man. So first of all, thank you for coming on the show, man.
No problem.
No, and I think I hit you up like a couple of weeks ago and tried to say, hey, we need to get you on the show because I need to get you on the show because first of all, you from the crib, you from the Triple D, just like me.
From Dallas, I picked you up from Dallas. I seen.
I'm like me. I'm from Triple D. You know what I'm saying? And basically, man, it just like it seemed like you got a story, bro. Like you're the underdog. I think people count you out. But um, what I saw was, man, you got a lot of heart. I actually, I'm be real with you. Actually, your brother came into my store, man, like a
Mm-hmm.
couple of months ago, and I
Yeah.
hit him. Yeah, we chopped it up for a little bit. So he already told me what you was doing in that lab, what you was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So man, bro, it's cool to have you on the show, man. So how's everything going?
Everything going good. Just finished up spring, you know. Had a good little spring. I'm just focusing on off season right now. Ready for some workouts. Get back in that lab.
All right, man. All right. Um, for those who don't know Kobe, you know his story. I mean, you went to Trinity Christian, Cedar Hill. Um, for interesting fact, I almost got sent there because I got in trouble because I went to Cedar Hill High School.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
down the street.
my uncle was the type of person like he would wherever there is a private school at, he was going to pull me out of my high school and send me to that private school
Yeah.
wherever we stayed at. So um, we stayed in Waterford Oaks. So it's like, look, keep getting in trouble. We're gonna put you over there at that private school.
Ain't
But
no wrong with that. Trinity was good little school.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. But you know, I'm like, look, I went to school in the '90s, so
Yeah.
it was totally different. But if people that have not watched it, you know, Overtime did the documentary and everything. It wasn't even a documentary. It's more like following the whole school around and what y'all did as far as winning 3 state titles, 3 out of 4 state titles at the school. And so first of all, how was it um being a teammate of Shador? Because you known him for a minute though.
Yeah, I've known him since I was like 4 or 5 years old. So that connection been there. But like we rekindled in high school my junior year where I came back transferred to Trinity. And it was like we never left each other since Little League. So like
Mm-hmm.
it was just a smooth transition and we had that friendship off the field too, to where it's like it came easy when we was on the field. So yeah, it was
Okay.
cool.
Okay. And you get the you get the chance and you decided to go to Jackson State, which is like also my alma mater too.
Yeah.
So um, you came in at 5'11", 150 pounds.
Yeah, I was small since I had my surgery my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of lost a little weight, and I knew coming in Jackson State I was gonna have to put on weight. And I know what come with Division I football. So I put on that weight. Took me about a couple months. You could say a year or two. I'm still putting on weight.
Right.
So I feel like it's time for everything. So I'm starting to put that weight on. You know,
Did you get the growth spurt yet too, or you still it's still coming?
I feel like I stopped, but every time I see people I ain't seen in a minute, they be like, I'm still growing. I think people will say I'm about 6'1" right now. I say 6 foot to be humble on the humble side.
He said 6 foot be humbling.
Yeah,
Just give me 6 feet. I don't even worry about the six
yeah,
one.
I take 6 feet. If you say 6'1", I take it.
Oh man. But what was the things that you because you're in year 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
No, year 2, right?
This my
You're in
year.
year was that
This must still my year two. Take
year 2?
mm-hmm.
What were the things that you said you had to do in order for you to get on that field?
Well, first and foremost, I had to keep the mindset that my time was coming. Because usually people will go through that, like not playing, they'll get depressed or they'll like want to leave or like just lose confidence within themselves. So confidence
Mm-hmm.
and just keep working. Like I never stop working. I feel like I ain't even did nothing yet. I'm still in grind mode to where, you know, it can show off on Saturdays in the fall.
We got people in the chat. They say they Miss Veronica said everybody's proud of you, man.
Appreciate
So
it. love though.
Um, so with the wide receiver room being deep and getting more players in, what were some things that Coach TC told you that you needed to do or what you needed to work on in order for you to get on that field?
Well, I feel like it's the same as any other school, any other coach would say. Just keep working, be the best you. Don't worry about the next man, but at least get each other better as we work together. But just be the best you, and wherever you fall, that's where you fall. But yeah, just straight motivation. Coach TC tells just stay grinding, you
Mm-hmm.
know, build that chemistry within each other. But
So, has Coach TC told you the stories about him being a wide receiver at school and what he did at?
yeah, especially last year when he was a receiver coach, he used to tell us some little stories in the meetings.
Mm-hmm.
What he did back. But we just seen the film. He talked about his records and all that.
Oh yeah,
He
they
even
still
told us
stand.
about it.
They still stand, and it's crazy because I know, like I said, I known TC for a minute. We came in as freshmen in 1997,
Mm-hmm.
and he was supposed to be the next quarterback for the school, but a lot of things. I wouldn't say a lot of things derailed, but uh, it was a decision made by the head coach at the time for him to make that transition over to receiver, and you seen what he did as a receiver. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and also now being a coach, you seen what he has done as far as with offenses. What is the difference between the offense that y'all running now with Coach Harris to what y'all was doing with Coach Bartolone?
Well, me actually getting the reps I was looking for could play a part in it, but like I feel like it's slowing. Even though it's faster pace, I feel like it's slowed down. Coach Harris, he kind of like break it down, like why are we doing this? Why this side got these routes? On how
Hmm.
we could beat this side of coverage, and if they got another coverage over here, we can still beat this. So I feel like it is more complex, but he break it down to where if you study the game, it could be simple. To where the offense is simple.
Okay, okay. Let me see if I can get my resident HBCU history guy up here, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, if you still around, go ahead and you can come on in, man. I'm sorry about that. um, because I know he'll probably have some questions for you too.
Yeah.
Um, so how's your experience, your HBCU experience going, man? Because you're in year two, and some people be like, well, this is going like this and it's going like that. How is your experience going, man?
And it's going great. I love the HBCU. You feel me? Make me smile when you said, you know, homecoming, all that, the love, seeing our people, show love to the football team.
Hmm.
And them Saturdays, you can't even put it in words how the crowd go, the fans.
Oh yeah,
I love the HBCU.
oh yeah, yeah. And we could tell people stories like, look, uh, I never played sports. All right, I tell people I'm a band head,
Mm-hmm.
but our freshman year we played Southern and they came to Jackson, 1997, and I'm telling you, son, the stadium was filled from one corner all the way up around the horseshoe to the other corner. Like there was
Oh yeah.
no seat available. People were standing inside of the aisles, man, and
Mm-hmm.
it was crazy. Like and some things like that. I think Coach TC is trying to get back and get the school back to the days where he would tell you we had an attitude. The team had an attitude about themselves. Like they didn't care who they line up in front. They were gonna whoop your ass and then go out and celebrate afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
uh, so, Coach TC, has he ever told y'all the stories about being packed and all the stuff like that?
Yeah, like on the game week, he'll be like, he know, because he been there. He know what's coming this weekend. Kind of like stay focused. Just
Hmm.
know they here to see us, so we gotta put on what they come to see. So just lock in. Don't let that, you know, try to distract you.
Okay. Okay. Um, how is it being coached by Coach Harris?
I've been loving getting coached by Coach Harris. I just talked to him in our meetings. I was like, I love it. I'm bought into the offense, bought into your coaching, and all the other aspects that he doing with coaching. So I'm loving offense, the man he is, and how he teach us to be on and off the field.
Yeah, that's how you supposed to do it. You know, um, is always a learning experience on the field and off the field because you don't want to get yourself in situations, or if you do get yourself in a situation, what are you supposed to do to get yourself out of that situation? Um, so that's it's good to have that. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's, it's good to have that. Um, what? How was it to see first um, a Dallas Daniels and
Mm-hmm.
Shane Hooks that was on the team? Of course, you know Dallas going to the draft. Shane, you know he committed to Ole Miss. How was it going up against? I wouldn't say going up against, but uh, being around those guys um, for the ones that had left.
And those my boys. It was inspiring to see them, work out in practice, and like I seen they work ethic in practice, and I seen it pay off. So it was like they kind of like set the tone or like set a good example to where I want to be one day, going to the league, you know, putting on for your family. So watching them every day, being around them,
Hmm.
it was like inspiring. Forget a word for them, it'd be inspiring.
Oh man, that's cool. That's good. I love it. I love it. Uh, what are your expectations for this season, as far as you go?
As far as me, well, for one, I'm a team guy, so I want to go undefeated,
Mm,
and then. But as far as my goals, I just want to. I'd rather understate and over. So I'd rather just be the best me, the best Kobe Paul. Wherever God put me in position this year, I'm gonna take advantage of every opportunity
already,
and just capitalize.
already. So, I'm gonna tell you just like this. I don't know, you probably don't see it, but we got a lot of haters.
Who
We
that?
got a lot of haters in the SWAC, in
Okay.
the SWAC, in the SWAC. I mean, haters. That school that's in Tallahassee, we call FAMU, and then we got another school that talks a lot of noise to us over at Grambling, and
Mm-hmm.
then one more school where we kind of don't like each other like
Mm-hmm.
that at Alabama State. What do you
Okay.
want to tell those haters for what's gonna come next season, man?
I mean, it's probably the typical route, but I ain't even gotta say too much.
Mm.
I'm gonna just, they'll see whenever that Saturday come, they just gonna see what they got coming.
Yeah, oh yeah. Um, let's go to the spring game, man,
Mm-hmm.
because I was wondering, like, all right, who gonna show up, who gonna show out?
Yeah.
And looking at the tape, man, you showed up and you showed out. Uh, first touchdown. What was you looking at to get yourself open to try to, for the first touchdown?
First touchdown. Okay. So I'm gonna take you through the play. So
Mm-hmm.
so I let me tell. Let me hold on. So I took one step out.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do an outside release. He jumped outside of me, so I slipped inside and tried to stack him. But Grayson, he threw me inside to where like it's kind of like a post.
Yeah.
So I just beat him with speed and ran down the ball. I popped it afterwards. Had to do that after I scored.
Okay. And then on the second one, the second touchdown, like,
What was that? 707? Yes. Yeah, the second
mm-hmm.
one was 707. I just had it was 3-by-1. I was to the single side, and I had a go ball. I just had to win. I attacked him with speed. I ain't want the back shoulder. I wanted to beat him speed, but it ended up being the back shoulder in the end zone. You know.
Back shoulder in the end zone. I think that's when your helmet got popped off, right?
Nah, that was the third one. That was the
That was the
third one.
third. Oh, you had three of them. My bad. I
Yeah,
forgot
my
about
bad.
that. You
Yeah, that
had
was
three
the
of the
third.
things.
Yeah, that was
That
the third.
third one.
Uh-huh.
The third one. Tell about that third one, man. I forgot you had three of them things.
Yeah, that third one, I was to the field. They had a safety kind of lingering over me, and then the corner was outside. So I hit him with an out and up. I ran the out. I seen him jump outside, so I slipped inside him. Then the safety seen that I was going up the seam kind of, so he tried to come towards me. The ball coming, the safety hit me. But you know, my eyes to the ball, Coach Harris,
Oh yeah.
eyes to the finish, hands up, caught the ball even though it was PI.
Yep. Helmet knocked off, and for good measure, your big bro was in the end zone to congratulate you.
Aubrey, yeah,
Aubrey,
my dog.
man. I'm gonna segue into that. How was it? How was it to have Aubrey as your teammate for those 2 years you was there? That he was there.
Ever since I came to Jackson, it's kind of like he played like a big bro. I wouldn't even tell him this, but he kind of like played like a big bro role. You know, I walk around saying, "What's up, little bro?" But like he kind of played like a big bro role, like you know, seeing him lead. But you know, he'll joke around too. But he know like when to cut that plan out and you know focus up and get the team right.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping and praying that he get drafted next week. Mainly to my Cowboys. I don't care anything anybody say. Just come to Dallas. Come to Dallas, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'll go to every game. Wherever number he got, I'm gonna press that on the jersey, put his name on the back. Hey, we good. We good, man. So I know you do they show you on YouTube videos when it comes down to the battle rap. How did you get into that, man?
Man, that started long before it even hit the YouTube and the camera. We would just be in the locker room just clowning. So then they pulled the camera out and that was it just came easy.
Oh man, I can't wait. If you on the field, your name gonna be Baby Shark. Cause he out there, you know what I'm saying, lurking in the waters, try to catch footballs, man. That's what I'm gonna call you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I appreciate you for joining on the show. Anybody in the chat got some questions? Because I know we do this like we don't really finish this up like that. But anybody in the chat got some questions for my guy before we roll up out of here? Let's see.
If they pop up, I'm gonna be able to see them too.
Yeah, you should be able to see them on the comments. Yeah, it should be up on the comments. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Right here. Here's a question right here for you. So how you liking the new strength and conditioning coach, Coach Beef?
Coach Beef. I rock with Coach Beef. Coach Beef, he a little different from Coach Mo, but you know, every strength coach not the same. We didn't gravitate to him easily throughout the spring. I miss Coach B. He told me our last workout day, just keep taking him serious. Just keep taking whatever I'm serious. He's telling me.
All right. We got another question from Miss Kim. So what's your expectations of the fan base for this year? Think it's gonna be the same as before or more support this season?
I mean, I feel like y'all want us to elevate. I expect the fan base to elevate. So I expect I want more. I want to expect more. I want more. But what was last year? I'm cool with that too, though.
Okay. Hold on, I got it. Right. Shorten my I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Um, got one from a guy Israel. What game or team are you looking forward to playing against, man?
First game in Atlanta, starting in Atlanta, finishing in Atlanta. Go game by
Hey,
game.
hey, he said, they ain't worry about none of that stuff. They just worry about that one game, and then we move on to the next.
Move on to the next.
Mr. Sam Smith said, "What's your spring and summer plan to prepare for the season?"
But spring, we just finished spring. Summer, my summer plans is to stay in shape, build on more muscle, build on more weight, learn the playbook. Just be ready for fall camp. Then August 26th.
Let's see. Let's see what we got. What we got right here. Said, "Will it be cool to have another Miller but on your side of the football?"
What you talking about? His brother?
Talking about a mod, yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I ain't met him yet. No, I did meet him on his visit. I met him on his visit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he ain't hit campus though yet.
Let's see. We had. I'm gonna tell you like this. I had a couple of DLW players on the team. On the show. Of course, Batman been on here about 3 times.
Yeah.
He been on here about 3 times. My man is here at the house at his prom. My
Yeah,
boy, he said he said on the show, he's like, yeah, I'm coming home, so I go to the prom because even though he's a college freshman, he still got to realize the boy is still a senior in high school.
yeah, he left that practice workout, our last workout. He said his pops was coming to get him. I didn't know why he was leaving so soon.
Mm-hmm. Man said, I got to go celebrate the prom. He's suited and booted.
Yeah, you gotta experience that prom though.
Um, let's see. Mr. Sam said, "What's your major, and do you have plans after college?"
My major is business entrepreneurship, and that's going cool right now. My plans after college, probably to go into coaching or some type of starting my own business in some type.
Okay. My boy Javon said, "Who new DB that has impressed you?"
New DB. We were just talking about Batman. Batman impressed me since he a youngin. He's 17, came in the spring.
Mm.
He had a pick in the spring game, so he impressed me.
Got another one right here. How has it been adjusting to the new QBs?
Well, it was hard for me at first because I've been with Shador for so long, but that's what life about, adjusting to new things. So we adjusted well to all the new QBs.
No matter who it is, either JB,
Yeah,
Sunshine,
yeah.
Zai, or Phillip. It don't matter who it is.
It don't even matter.
And let's see what we got. 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 Who is your 2 toughest matchup?
Talking about in practice?
Yeah.
2 toughest matchups. I say K5
Mm-hmm.
and Jalen.
Woo.
I go K5 and Jalen.
Yeah. K5. He can. I think he uses more. I think he's more finesse, but then I know Jalen is pretty much straight. I think he try to straight lock you down.
Yeah, they got 2 different play styles.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got? This is a interesting one. Who is the biggest influence in your life, man?
Biggest influence in my life, I had to say my family, because I just want to. I know it took a village to raise me, and whoever come today, so they did a lot for me. I just want to be able to pay them back one day. So that's my biggest influence.
So we got Another question: what's your pregame routine, and what song, what music get you hyped up?
Pre-game routine, yeah. I got the beats on, listening to some Lil Baby back and forth. Then, like a few minutes before we huddle up to go outside, I play this little gospel song. I forgot what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I play this little gospel song. It's called No Weapon, but it ain't the regular one. It's kind of like a little upbeat one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, last but not least, where can they find Kobe Paul on social media?
My Instagram and Twitter _ Kobe Paul KOBE. Yeah, I was right there. _ Kobe Paul.
And the YouTube channel.
Oh, YouTube. YouTube is the Kobe Paul with 2 E's, like D I love.
All right. Man, I thank you for coming on to the show. Gonna have to do this again before the season start and during the season. So, man, I'm gonna keep hitting you up, just let you know what's up, man. Um,
Already.
um, you got anything? So, shout outs for everybody, man. Anybody on here?
I thank the whole JSU fan base, man, and I appreciate you for bringing me on.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Anything I could do for anything I could do for you, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate you though, man. You have a good one. Stay blessed.
appreciate you, love.
All right. Man. That's one humble kid, y'all. That is a humble kid. I love it. I love it. Mr. Ford, where you at? I'm sorry. I need you to come on up and follow where you at. Cause you tripping. I've been holding the show down for like almost an hour and a half. What's going on? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Oh my God. Man, Kobe Paul was on the man. Hey, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all this. That's a kid that you want to have on your football team that go out there and bust his tail every day and is unselfish. That's what you need right there. He got blessings coming his way. He waited his time, he got the blessings coming this way. And you already know. She already on it. Miss Quay is already on it. She is already on it. We is waiting on for Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, if you can hear me, Mr. Ford, come on up, man. Come on up. Come on up. And make sure y'all come in, come in and subscribe. Become an exclusive member, y'all. Come in exclusive member of the show. Um, it would great is much greatly needed. Everything goes back into the channel. Um, basically try to get, better equipment, new camera, whatever we need to get used. Your donation, it goes back into the channel, y'all. So I don't keep none of this money. I don't keep none of this money, so it stays in. It stays on the channel. It stays to the channel. Uh, if anybody else wanna come on here, because I don't know what else I'm gonna talk about. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm gonna talk about. Hold on, y'all. I know what I'm gonna talk about because this has been getting on my damn nerves. Um, okay. How you doing, Mr. Ford? I wasn't.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I wasn't trying to keep you out because
No, no, no. I'm I was talking to one of my cousins. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was like, I know Mr. Ford ain't. Oh man.
Now I
But
heard y'all last night, but y'all had somebody that I wasn't messing with that. I listened last night.
I didn't go on last night. I was on
You was on. I listened to Mona's show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard Mr. Southern University himself. Nope. I'll let y'all have that.
Oh snap. Man, that was funny. That
Yes,
was
it
funny.
was.
I had, you know what, Mr. Ford, I had to laugh at it, but
Yes.
it was, to me, it was all in good fun.
Oh yeah.
I can't even lie about that. It was all in good fun.
Yeah, I was listening. I was
But
listening. I would like to know, because now Jackson is transparent. You always know what they're doing. But
oh
I
yeah.
would like to know did Southern bring in some people? Because I had predicted, I had told people that I expected Dooley to bring in a lot of transfers during this period. Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard too much of anything.
I hadn't either. I
I
hadn't
just
heard
knew, I
nothing.
just heard about some players that went into the portal.
From Southern?
From Southern.
How many went in?
Well, the main one that I saw that went in was Trey Lane.
That's right.
We talked about.
Yeah,
We
you
talked
told me
about
the
that
other
the
night.
other day. Yeah,
That's right. I was surprised. Yeah.
yeah.
So he hadn't announced where he's going, right?
Nah, he hasn't announced where he's going.
You know
Now
what, Doc? He might have to go down lower. He might have to go Division 2 because it's kind of late in the ball game.
If he goes to Division 2, he could probably still get picked up by some teams in the SIAC.
Yeah.
I would go, if it was me, go with a Benedict. You don't think Coach
Listen.
Berry? You don't think Coach Berry needs some players over there?
And listen, I was talking to some people at Albany State. They in love with Quinn Gray.
Oh, okay.
They like his style. They like personality, and because I really believe Quinn's going to do well at Albany State.
Oh yeah, I had for those that did not watch it on Thursday.
I
had Eric Phoenix on the show.
Oh, how was that? I got to go back and look at what was he talking about, Doc?
We really get too much into as far as where he's going for the portal,
right?
But
well, does he want to go FBS or FCS? What does he want?
He said he don't care where he go. He just want to go where he could play. He could plug and play.
Well, why did he leave Benedict?
Because he graduated.
Okay.
He done his 4 years. He done his
so
4 years.
No FCS schools have contacted him?
Norfolk State, only one from I found out had contacted him.
And he didn't want that?
No, I think he's still looking.
Oh, he's still okay.
I think he's still looking. You're talking about a guy that's 6'3", about 210, 215, left-handed.
Oh, he can play.
He can play. He can play. Yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah, he is. He's dual threat. He can run and throw it.
Mm-hmm. But I think he wants to throw more than what people want to run. So he uses his feet to get himself, to try to get himself open. And there's some things that I was looking at the film on him. He's a good kid too. So
yeah, he is.
So whoever gets him is getting a good kid with a head on his shoulder and a baller.
I'm surprised that a number of SWAC schools have not reached out to him. I'm surprised at that.
That have quarterback troubles too.
Right. I'm surprised.
I won't even say even have quarterback troubles. They really might not have a quarterback at all.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised.
I would have said that school down in Daytona needed
quarterback. Yeah. Now did he say how many years of eligibility does he have?
He only got 1 year left. He only has 1 year left. Cause remember they didn't play in the COVID season, so they didn't have no football season that year.
Okay.
Okay. And he can't, I think he used his COVID. I think he had he used his COVID year because one of the years he only played 7 games and he got
Right.
injured.
Right.
In fact, that was 21 because when he got injured, they kind of went on a slide because they went 5-5 that year.
Right. I remember that. That was Coach's first year, right? When that Kingsbury first, I remember that.
That was his first year.
Right.
And then, he stayed healthy last season. They won championship, the conference and the championship game. And I didn't even know, as far as I was looking, I was like, I did not know that Benedict has never beaten Tuskegee until last season in the championship game.
Yeah. Now, you know that Tuskegee is the winningest black college university in America, right?
Yeah, like over 800 wins, right?
That's right. They now historically, from the 1890s until World War II, Tuskegee on the South Side dominated black college football. After World War II, that was the emergence of Southern University and Florida A&M.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when Arnett Mumford died in Baton Rouge, I think in either 1961 and 62, that was the emergence of Grambling. Because remember now, Coach Robinson couldn't do nothing with Arnett Mumford. He really couldn't do nothing with Billy Nix, to be honest. The guy at Prairie View, he couldn't do too much with him either.
Yeah.
And no, he couldn't do nothing with Jay Gaither.
What about Marino Casem? Because that
they had some classics. I'd have to go back and look up who won the series, because they went against each other from about 60, maybe 65, 66 until 80. Okay, Casem left Alcorn and went to Southern either in 86 or 87.
Yeah.
And they battled from the 60s, from probably 65 until 87. So they had a long history. Because see, a lot of people have forgotten this. Alcorn and Grambling every year would meet up in Shreveport. It would be 50,000.
That'd be Port City, right? Port City.
Yeah. Red River.
Red River. Okay.
Red River Classic. That went on for years. And then they decided to take it back to the campuses. But at one time, that was a big game in black college football. Grambling would meet Alcorn and Shreveport. And man, the city of Shreveport would make so much money. Oh, that was back in the day. I know somebody, you people in the chat, if you remember that, just let us know, because I know you remember this. This was years ago. This was in the 80s and maybe in the 70s. But I think Steve McNair, I don't think he ever played in the Red River.
Okay.
Yeah, they had gone back to the...
I think he went back to the campuses.
It went back to the campuses, yeah. But see, when I was out there, they played in Shreveport. Man, it would be packed. And those were big-time games.
Yeah, so, well, I'm going to say what Jackson State did. Let me tell you what. Coach Mo. Mo did something yesterday.
Yes, y'all did. Y'all have been blessed. I've been seeing all them guys coming across the screen, and y'all getting this and that, because y'all working. Y'all doing it.
You told me Coach Mo, he said you need to go. Hey, he went and got a McDonald's All-American. That's from Jackson.
He did?
He went and got Deshaun Ruffin, who was at Ole Miss. Four-star point guard.
Right.
Who was at Ole Miss. He is at 1400 Lynch Street.
Oh, that's big time. That's big time, man.
He's from Jackson. He went to Callaway. So
okay, and he was a McDonald's All-American?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know the last time a black college got a McDonald's All-American. Can somebody tell us that? I don't need. You know what? Man, that's major. That's major, Doc. That's major.
Oh yeah.
For y'all to get a McDonald's All-American.
Mm-hmm. He played last season. He only played what I'm hearing, Ken Clark told me, he said he played like 11 games last season. He averaged
Uh,
5.5 points a game, probably like about 3 or 4 assists a game.
uh,
Like 3 assists a game, but he missed most of the first half of the season because of an injury. And
so what's his height?
like 5'9.5", like 5'9", 5'10", close to it. But he can get buckets and he can pass the ball. When I
Yeah.
looked at his
Now, what year was he McDonald's All American? You know, I got to go back and look it up. What year was he McDonald's All American?
last season,
So
last year,
2022,
22.
he was McDonald's All American.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. So we talking what, 3 years eligibility or 4?
Should be 3 because he don't have a COVID year because of he came in 22.
So let me ask you, what other players has he recruited besides this young man?
I haven't heard what other players he recruited, but all I know is when I heard about that and I seen it,
Oh, that's
I
major.
was actually listening to Ken Clark's show yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at it on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, we got and I started looking at his film. I'm like, oh, he gets buckets.
Yeah, I got it. Well, I'm gonna look him up. I'll look him up probably tomorrow. I'll look him up tomorrow.
We got a question. Oh, we picked up another wide receiver from Northern Illinois.
Okay, what? Tell me about him. Where's he from?
He is from. Anybody in the chat know where he's from? But I know, like I
Yeah,
said,
I'm talking about like his high school. What high school is he from?
Fabian McCray. Fabian McCray. Yeah.
I thought I saw that name today. Yeah. And so, how many years of eligibility?
I think he has like 2 years left.
Okay, 2. Okay. And what kind of size we talking?
Size we're talking kind of
So,
like in the same realm as Dallas Daniels, like 6 feet,
oh,
175, 180.
wait a minute. He's bad as Dallas Daniels.
He said he's a route runner. He's a route technician.
But Dallas was the only thing I had a problem with them. I thought that
They
Dallas
used
should have been a Z, and they was trying to make him an outside receiver. I didn't think he was an outside receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was more of a Z, like you said, a route runner.
Yeah.
He was not the split end type. They was looked like they were running him more as a split end, like an X and a Y, instead of a Z.
Say he's from Chicago.
Oh, he's from Chicago? What's his high school?
I don't know where his high school from. Oh shoot! Thank you, Dragon. Hey, 6'2", 192. That's his height and weight.
Oh, that's nice size. Yeah.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for correcting me in the chat. Thank y'all.
So did they say what high school in Chicago?
They didn't say what high school.
High school. Okay. Okay.
You know what? I could probably go because if he's from.
Yeah. See, I was trying to see if it's high school I heard of.
Yeah, Coach Mo ain't finished yet, so I understand.
Oh, they doing it, man. Every time I look my phone, it comes across, and I've seen this kid's name. I saw a bunch of names have come across these last 3-4 days.
Said Phillips High School in Chicago.
It was Phillips.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Is that that's? Did they say first? What's the first name of the school?
It didn't have a first name on the school.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So we got the receiver, right?
Okay.
Then we picked up cornerback. Another receiver from Mount Carmel High School in Chicago.
Oh, you know who came out of that school? Isn't that Donovan McNabb school?
Yep.
And what about that Simeon Rice?
Simeon Rice, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big time high school. I know about them. Yeah, they got a reputation from way back.
And then we picked up the best punter in FCS.
Oh, he transferred?
Matt Knoll from Delaware State.
Whoa. What was his average?
His average was like 46 yards in
Oh,
conference play. 46 yards average, and overall, I think he averaged like 40, almost 43 yards per punt.
so he a pro prospect
Oh yeah, the man was a two-time. The man was a two-time All-American
at Delaware State.
at Delaware State. His longest punt was 80 yards,
Oh,
and
that's a big
pinned,
time.
and pinned them inside the 5-yard line.
Listen, with that defense y'all got and that kind of special teams play, man.
On the McCray kid, Wendell Phillips Academy High School.
Yeah, I heard of Wendell Phillips. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That must be look like West Side, South or what? South Side. Yeah, it's South Side. Yeah. So
Yeah, I heard of Wendell Phillips. Oh yeah. Yes. Sir. Oh yeah.
So Miss Sabrina, I don't know about Malachi if he in the portal. I don't know about where he's at. I haven't heard anything about Malachi. I haven't heard anything about Malachi Wideman. But Matt, no. I know he hit me up like once or twice on Twitter, but again, here's that pipeline, that Jackson State, that Delaware State to Jackson State pipeline again,
Oh yeah.
y'all.
There it is, baby.
Because we got Savion out of there.
Yeah.
All right. We ended up getting the Sayers
Yeah.
Guthrie out of there, and now
Oh
we got
yeah.
Matt Nall. So that pipeline is real. It looking real good to us, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Somebody asked, "Oh, this is a nice question. Are you guys surprised Juriente and Shane didn't follow Coach Prime?" I would say yes and maybe no. I was surprised with, because everybody was expecting for them to go to Boulder. A lot of people was expecting those two to go to Boulder, especially Shane Hooks. They was expecting Shane to go to Boulder. And Shane hit them with that swerve and said, "I'm going up to Oxford."
Right.
It's different. It's different, y'all. Coming from Jackson, when you was at an HBCU in Jackson State, and you take your butt up there to Oxford, Mississippi, and go on the Grove, you ain't going to no Boulder.
No.
You're not going to Boulder, Colorado, because Oxford, the Grove, they is something different up there. It's totally different up there, y'all. I'm just telling y'all, it is totally different on the Grove at Ole Miss. And plus, he's going to play with a bona fide offensive minded head coach in Lane Kiffin.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I had no ill will against Lane.
Well,
Only ill will I had against Lane when he tried to pull that stunt with when he was at Tennessee, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Hey, Mr. Kemp, yes, Ole Miss is a better look than Colorado. Why? One, you stay in the SEC. You're in the SEC.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're playing a much tougher competition in the SEC. So you're in the SEC West. So where you get to see Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. You go down to play LSU. You can play Arkansas. You play Texas A&M, Missouri. You have those games right there, and then plus you can play Alabama. I ain't saying I'm not bragging or anything like that. I don't want to say I'm bragging, but I'm just saying as far as for what he can do at Ole Miss, that's what he can do at Ole Miss. He doesn't have to worry about playing politics, because that's what I think that's what's going on in Colorado. You playing politics, and yeah, a lot of folks in Mississippi hate Ole Miss. They hate him with a passion. He said, "Can't believe he's saying that," but he will get featured in that Ole Miss offense. Yes, he will. He will.
Well, one thing is going to happen. Lane is going to move him inside. He's not going to be outside the numbers like he was at Jackson. He will. They will play him more like they played Evan Ingram. He will be like what we called a split out wide, not wide receiver, but a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not. This is me talking. I can't see him walking in there being the featured wide receiver. I can't see that.
I don't think he will be the feature wide
Yeah,
receiver.
yeah, I don't
I
see
think
that.
he would be. I think he would be more a contributor at the wide out, but because he got the size to,
Yeah, that's why I think he'll be more of a tight end. That's why I think they're going to move him at the most no more than about 7 or 8 yards off the offensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him being on the numbers and all of that stuff. No, because I felt that when he was at Jackson, he wasn't fast enough to be out on the numbers. And just like I said about Dallas Daniel, I didn't think Dallas should have been a X or a Y. Dallas should have been a Z. He should have been a what we would call a wing type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically, he should have been more like a Julian Edelman, Wes
Right.
Welker type.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's him.
Okay.
All the way. That was him. This guy right here, from what Lane has been able to get the last few years at Ole Miss, I can't see him at no wide receiver. I can see him as a wing tight or something. Or like I said, like they could make him like a Evan Ingram or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, now I can't stand him either. But when it comes to offensive football, that guy right
know
there,
what he's doing.
yeah, he know what he's doing. He's brilliant. But he's like a child. He does so much silly stuff.
Yeah, I'll be like, "Ooh, Monty, where you at? Where your daddy? Yeah. He need to get you in place."
No man.
And Juriante Davis, I wouldn't notice that he would. Wouldn't know he would have went to Texas A&M. Now, can he go back and revive the old Wrecking Crew defense for Texas A&M? Nah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. And if you want to know what's the Wrecking Crew defense, that defense was nasty back in the late 80s and the 90s when the head coach, R.C. Slocum.
Yeah, Slocum,
when he was a defensive-minded coach.
Right.
He was a defensive-minded coach, and he had the linebackers for days. Quentin Coriat on one hand.
I remember
Aaron Wallace, who happens to be a family, a friend of our family here in Dallas. He went to high school. He went to high school. He went to the same high school my mom went to at Roosevelt High School.
Right.
And he came back to Dallas, and he's the head coach of Roosevelt on the football team. So we knew about him. Then you got players like Dat Wynn and
I remember that.
Some other, you had like other linebackers. They was big, they was fast, and they was nasty.
Was Kyler Murray's daddy on that team?
Kyler Murray, yeah, he was. Kyler Murray's dad was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Mr. Campbell brought him back. Big Sam Adams was in the middle. Kevin Smith was on the outside. Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, remember Aaron?
Yes, that is to me, I feel like that's the original Wrecking Crew defense. That's the Wrecking Crew defense part 1. Part 2 is when Dat Wynn was on the team. But
now Sam Adams' daddy went to Texas Southern.
I didn't know that. His
daddy was actually from Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, he was from a high school. It's no longer in existence. It's called Ballard Hudson High School, Macon, Georgia. He went out to Texas Southern. He played in the pros for the New England Patriots. Yeah, his dad was named Julius Adams.
Okay,
he was from Macon, Georgia. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm when it comes to Juriante, like I feel like he'll be a plug and play type guy.
Was that David Kidd?
Davis. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna say this now. He should. Now I don't know how they're gonna play him, but on the is Elko still the defensive coordinator?
Who is it?
He used to be at Notre Dame. What is his name? Elko?
Mm.
Who look and see who's the defense coordinator at Texas A&M?
Let me check and see on that.
I thought it was that guy used to be at Notre Dame.
Don't say it.
It don't say who the defense coordinator for Texas A&M.
I'm the defensive coordinator. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, for Texas A&M.
Bobby Taylor's son might be he getting out of the portal going back to Texas A&M.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, if Bobby Petrino gets that offense right, they better watch it in the SEC, man. If he listen, man, when Bobby Petrino takes over an offense, he does wonders, man. He's a crook now. He gets involved in all kind of off-season stuff and all that. He's a crook now. But let me just tell you, he's another one. When you talk about offensive minded, that guy's good, man. I've been watching Petrino since he was at Auburn. He's something else. It's not Mike Elko.
DJ Durkin.
Oh, DJ Durkin is at Texas. Listen, man, DJ's good, man. He's another one with a checkered past too.
Yeah,
he got all kind of stuff in his files. But let me tell you something. DJ know what he's doing now. See, we know DJ from was it Michigan? What? Look,
I'm looking on his bio.
See, DJ used to be the head coach at Maryland.
Right.
You remember that boy died up there?
Right.
And they was trying to put DJs behind in jail because they said they was mistreating them kids, depriving them of water and doing all kind of stuff to them. But DJ, he know his stuff now. I'm telling you, I've watched
he was at Michigan as the defense coordinator and linebackers coach. He was on there for 1 year.
At Michigan. That's what we first heard of him.
He was at Florida as a linebacker.
That's right. He was at Florida. Yeah. Listen, man. See, now, what DJ wants them defensive linemen to occupy them offensive line, and he wants them linebackers like shooting missiles. That kid should do well out there with DJ. He should. You talking about Durante Davis?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Doc, I don't know what the depth chart's going to look like, but with his style of play, the way one thing I noticed about him last year, I talked to you about this, he has an outstanding explosion.
Oh, yeah.
He has an outstanding explosion.
And he's big, too. So
yeah, because he's the one came from Middle Tennessee State, right?
Yes.
He's tough, man. That dude is tough, man. That dude, I picked him. He was 32, and that other kid was 42. Them kids, I was looking forward to them coming back, man. I liked them boys last year. They didn't get the attention, but football people, you notice them guys, man.
Oh yeah,
you notice them guys.
You had to. You had to. They was Jeremiah Brown played with a lot of passion and heart.
Yeah, he did.
And Davis was a thumper. He was basically the mirror image of Aubrey Miller.
Yeah. And see, what they messed up was they had to play him out of position in that Celebration Bowl, and he ran up against that kid, that Bullock kid. I think it was that boy.
That boy was that boy was a bad boy.
Yes, he was.
He ain't there no more. He don't even there.
No. Didn't he go to Maryland?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get drafted. I don't know. If he plays this year, he'll probably get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll probably, because he was nasty and he was fundamentally sound too.
Yeah. Somebody asked me. So they asked in the chat, "Did you watch Colorado spring game?"
I missed it. Hopefully I'll see it next week.
Well, I'll give you the rundown.
Right.
Shador looked like Shador.
Okay.
Like it seemed like he did not miss a beat. He was accurate with passes, even though yes, it's scripted. Yes, we know it's scripted. We all know
Right.
that it's scripted. But Shador still looked like Shador. Travis on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, it's Travis. It's Travis Hunter.
Right. Defensive
Side of the ball, he peaks in the backfield too much.
Okay.
he got burnt twice. I think Israel, is you still in the chat? Because I think he got burnt twice. One of them was on the tight end. Tight end was wide open, and why he got burnt by the tight end.
A big fast tight end or just a regular tight end?
Big fast tight end took him to the back cave.
Okay.
For 2 TDs. Yes, he got burnt twice. And Mr. Campbell, you're right. They do look like a Pee Wee football team.
For real?
Yeah, they need size. So remember, 23 players went into the portal.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
One of them is K5's his brother.
And what's his brother's name?
Joshua Wiggins.
Was he was already at
Colorado? Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so 23 of them went in the portal?
23 in the portal.
Okay.
23 in the portal. They look small, y'all. I had to do a double take, like, where is the size? Because you're gonna try to, understandably so. Yes, the portal's still open until next week.
Right.
All right. If they don't go in there and get the size to field a team to be able to be competitive, especially in the Pac-12, they're gonna get ran up and down the field, y'all.
Now the offensive line was real small?
The offensive line was garbage.
Well, when the defensive line?
The offensive line wasn't garbage. The offensive line held its own. Defense, on the other hand, is trash.
Okay. So how many people on the defensive line was from Jackson State?
Well, let's see. You had, of course, Shiloh. He didn't play because he's still in school. He graduates next week.
Okay.
Jeremiah Brown. I think he got him playing linebacker. I think Barron Hobson. Is Barron Hobson on the team, y'all?
No. Barron went to. He's in Georgia. He's at Kennesaw State.
Okay.
Yeah, he's here.
Of course. Travis. I think he's going to be more on the offensive side of the ball now this year.
Okay.
This season. I think that's pretty much it as far as whoever it was for the defense. Because I really don't know who. I really don't know who was on the defense. Cameron Simmons-Craig is on that defense also.
Right.
He's undersized, y'all. If you really think about it, he's undersized. He's 5'11", probably like 170 pounds, 175 pounds. He's pretty much undersized. He plays. He plays, to me, his comparison is like, it ain't the Honey Badger. It's like Bob Sanders.
Yeah, he was good against the run.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I remember Bob. That Quentin Cornett played with Bob. They all played with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that Lindy Infante? Who was that coach at that day? They were pretty good too. I believe Harbaugh was their quarterback, right?
No, we talking about Bob Sanders, like little Bob Sanders. That came like around the 2000s. I
That played
think
for the Colts, right?
they played for the Colts. I think I
Yeah,
forgot who it was around
he
that time.
didn't play with Quentin Corey yet.
Nah, he didn't play. Nah, that's like 94, 95.
Okay. Because I remember they were pretty good that 1 minute. The Colts where they were kind of roll. Because I want to say that they had Jim Harbaugh as their quarterback.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh was the quarterback.
Yeah, because they lost out to the Steelers.
Yep.
For the right to go to the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Yep, that was the AFC Championship game.
That's right. That was a pretty good team.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the coach was named Lindy Infante or something. Was it Lindy Infante? Was he the offensive coordinator?
He was the offensive coordinator. It was Jim Moore.
Jim Moore had that team?
Yeah, Jim Moore had that team.
Damn. Because Lindy Infante was an architect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an architect.
Hey, Tamona.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. You must be in the car.
Huh?
You must be in the car.
Hello.
Hold on. Come back on.
Take me.
Hold on. I'm gonna let
her. Okay.
Get a thing coming up. But it was that was Jim Harbaugh, Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, I remember Marshall Faulk. Yeah, because he left him and went to the Rams, right?
Went to the Rams.
Yeah, Marshall was tough.
So, that's right. Thank you. I knew it was. I thought it was Jim Moore. It was Ted Marshall brother.
That's right. You're right. Ted Marshall. Now he goes way back. He was Burt Jones' them coach back in the 70s. Ted coached a long time because Ted had Lydell Mitchell, Roger Carr, John Dutton. They had a guy. What's that guy? Freddie. Oh man, I can't remember Freddie's name. Freddie was from Southern Miss. Stan White.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Curtis Dickey. Raymond Chester, all of them was played for Ted Marchibroda with the Baltimore Colts.
Okay.
That's back in the day.
I thought I'm looking at this. Travis need to play more receiver than DB. You play more receiver, you can use you learn how to use your hands.
Yeah. Wherever he plays, he's gonna be a star.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, I ain't saying anything bad about. I'm not gonna say anything bad about him because he's going into his sophomore year, so it's still up in the air.
Well, I'm gonna say like you said, they got to get that defensive line and all that correct because Spike Dykes will put 70 points on them.
Oh my God!
They better get it together. Let me tell you, TCU gonna try to run it up, baby. The first game, they gonna break some backs.
TCU already pissed because they lost bad to Georgia.
That's what I'm saying. Shoot, they better get it together because Spike gonna try to put about 60 on them.
His name, we know his name's Sonny, but I'm gonna call him Spike.
Sonny,
I'm gonna call him Spike like his daddy.
Yeah, baby, Sonny gonna try to put it on him. Man,
I'm gonna call him Spike like his daddy. Like, you got to start the season off right when it comes down to it, man.
They better get it corrected, cause man, listen, they it's gonna be a Texas shoot. That game is in Dallas. Is that game in Fort Worth?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Man, listen, they better get them linemen in there as soon as possible. Because with that offense TCU gonna come in there with, man, they gonna try to score 50 points on them. Shoot. Yeah, they better get that together. I ain't gonna talk about what Utah and all them gonna try to do in Southern Cal and What that man named that Kelly man out that Chip Kelly
Chip,
at
Chip Kelly.
UCLA and all that crew. Man, please. And then you got them people up there at Oregon and
Bo Nix.
that's what I'm saying. Then
Yeah,
you got
Bo
them, that
Nix.
guy at Washington, and what
Mm-hmm.
they gonna try to do? Man, they better get it together.
Mr. Clark.
What I done jumped into? I know y'all not talking about Jackson State North.
We talk about Jackson State North.
Y'all over there talking about Jackson State North?
Yeah,
Hey,
somebody asked me,
Jackson from Northwest.
did he watch the spring game? I watched a glimpse of it.
I watched Grambling's game. I watched
I
oh, how
did
the
watch that
Grambling
too.
look? Give us a report from Grambling.
Huh?
Give a report from Grambling.
Look,
Ah, damn. Blue went to the
Grambling
game
better.
too. Uh-oh.
Was she frozen?
I think she froze.
Ah,
Hold on. All right. You
Can you
good.
hear me?
We can hear
yeah.
you now.
All right. So the offensive lineman left a hole so big in the A gap and B gap, you would have thought that there was a player missing in the
Oh yeah.
offensive line. Like it was straight holes. And I was like, this ain't flag football and touch football. Tristan Allen, Niles Gaddy would go through that hole and knock the sonic rings out of that quarterback.
Well, the thing about Grambling's spring game was first they did a draft.
Okay.
So
I mean, I actually kind of like that setup where it's an actual team versus an actual team. I like that setup. It's like a scrimmage.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, yeah. I mean, it's cool, but
They
the
just
thing
need to
is,
edit it so that it's not a full game. So, like,
right?
if you're gonna do a full scrimmage like that and you don't have the players and the depth, make the game half of what a regular game is.
That's true.
That
But
that
the
way they
thing,
don't get tired.
but the thing about it though, to me, is the fact that when it comes down to it like that, we're talking about like the main one is the offensive line. Got my boy Travis up in here. What's going on, Trav? So the
That's
offensive
good.
line, you want to make sure you have some sort of continuity. Offensive line is that one chink. You can't have a chink in the armor on the offensive line.
No,
Like
you can't.
they have to be in harmony,
Yeah.
in synchron, synchronized. They
Right.
have to be on the same step. Because if it's not on the same step, if one person don't know what he's doing on the offensive line, the whole offensive line look trash. The whole line looks trash.
I mean, they was doing some run blocking, not much defense. I don't know. Maybe they were just letting it fly the last quarter. They had some good. So basically, when I looked at it, it's going to be a run first team. They did
Yeah.
have a couple of good throws by the gold team. Um, I think it's going to be a run first team. So we would do like what 5-2-4 or 5-1-5. I don't know.
You
Now
mean on the defensive line?
I think they did
Yeah, the
with the defense.
defense.
They did more of a 4-2-5.
I
They
know
Yeah,
they
kind of
that's
were,
that's
but I'm
Cedric's
saying
thing.
they
Cedric is
he.
4-2-5.
I know,
Cedric
but
always ran a
they were
4-2-5.
running. I
hey
know he's
oh
running it, but
blue
he needs to change it because they was running right through it. And if this is your own team that's running right through your defense, you need to switch it up. If you're going against, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but if you know that they're a run heavy team, don't you need to run? Don't you need to have 5 up front instead of
you can
4?
have 5 up front, or you can, or what you can do is like whatever the type of defensive scheme that you're running. Like you could do a 3-4 defense. It could be a hybrid.
No, they
Mainly
need
what it,
to. Maybe it's
main,
because their defensive line is not attacking enough. They were just blowing right through it. Almost like when you are running a 5K and you have the little line, like the little
uh-huh.
strip. That's how they was running through the defense. There was no stops. I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
Lord.
where the defense at? No, but you know what? I was making fun. I was just being funny to Grambling because there's somebody that's on that went to Grambling who's always in rough in the SWAC, and she's always like commenting stuff on Jackson State. So I
Leave her
saw.
alone.
I'm not. I'm leave her alone. I'm just saying I was being funny, and I commented and I posted a picture of Grambling's attendance on one side and how there wasn't nobody there. I was just being funny. Why
What's
can't
up,
I be
Blue?
funny? Everybody else is being funny. And then I posted something because there was somebody sent me a picture of somebody who was at Colorado in a Grambling sweater. All I said was, now you guys know better. You had a spring game today. It don't matter. You did not have to wear your Gremlin sweater to the Coach Prime game, and you got Gremlin playing out here, and ain't nobody in these stands.
I ain't know there was a
And
game.
what?
Hey, what's going on, Blue, man? What's up, man?
Dang!
I didn't know there was a
That
game.
was just I was being funny. Like I really do not care
I'm
about
being
it
serious.
like that. I was being funny when I said, baby, they was getting on. I couldn't even read the comments because my phone wasn't working. They was getting into it, and I was like, look now, not y'all defending the same man that said Gremlin fans don't come out and that y'all didn't need no water. That's why y'all wasn't. Now y'all was boy, y'all threw some hissy fits about that, about when Coach Prime was talking mess. Now y'all over here defending the man. What is wrong with y'all?
What's good, Blue?
What's up? I see the pettiness
Oh, we
has
starting up,
commenced.
bro. We
Man, that
starting
ain't
Uh,
No,
being petty.
no,
That
we
wasn't no
not
game today.
being petty.
up.
That
Hey,
wasn't being
Blue,
petty.
look. I know you coming in from. I know you coming in from Grambling, from exit 81.
oh yeah, yep. I'm
Um.
on Highway 49 right now, man. Headed back to Mobile.
Oh, okay. How
Uh-oh.
was the game? How was the like? What was your
What's your thoughts?
thoughts? Yes.
I think a lot of people, including myself, have had Grambling extremely underrated going into next year.
Mm.
Look at like I like to separate the divisions. Looking
Mm-hmm.
at the West, I think out of all the teams in the West, they probably answered more questions I had about them than anybody else.
Oh.
Wow, wow. Is that
And
just because of their the way they played their game today?
yeah, I think so because the quarterbacks were kind of semi-live. Where like if you got a good hold of a quarterback, they just called them down. But everyone else was live. The biggest thing I think from Grambling is the only question I still have is offensive line. But I think I can speak for what I've said about every team. I've had questions about every single team's offensive line in the entire country because
Mm-hmm.
we haven't got to see the units gel enough. But I think looking at the offense as a whole, man, Tony Hole, Tony Hole is the
Mm-hmm.
spring game.
Uh-oh.
He's actually in the play, so he
You
kind of
breaking
got
up.
thrust into the offensive coordinator role.
I didn't know if that was him or if it was me.
So you talking about Tony Hole, the offensive coordinator? I don't think he jumped off. He going through a bad season.
I can't. I'm gonna put them on back.
But yeah, the O line play, it is you still gotta
That's what I was
account for
trying
that.
to tell you. They looked like they was parting the Red Sea, but it was for the defense, not the offense.
Lord,
Baby, come through that A gap and B gap and put you to sleep.
Oh, it's too
You
close
want
to
to go
Sunday.
night?
it
You want
is
to go
too
night
close to
night?
it is too close to
You want to go
Sunday.
night night?
Man.
So what you see, Doc, from the other game?
From the other game, which one?
Well,
Colorado.
that was a game, but yeah,
That one. Like I said, I
kind of like a
saw
walkthrough.
it was a walkthrough. It was more like a walkthrough, but I saw Shador shoot, Shador being Shador. That's what I saw today. The man was
Somebody sent me a clip and said that they said that Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders is their best players, but they said Jackson State's best players. I'm like, at least y'all. I said, no wonder y'all keep coming over here trying to snag more. This is what the announcer
Man,
said. Not this is what the
they
announcer.
I'll say this. Hey, Blue, you back? I want to make sure you're in a good spot.
Yeah, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
So this is what I say about that team up in Boulder.
Wait, let's go back to Gremlin since Blue is back on here.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to Grambling. My bad. All
No,
right,
you're good.
Blue.
So I'll pick up because I don't remember what y'all heard, but like that Tony Hole hire, I
Uh-huh.
think was the biggest change we're going to see in Grambling this year. Because John Simon called the plays last year. He kind of got thrust into that role after the whole Art Briles scandal.
Yeah.
Kind of went down. But Tony Hole is a staple in Louisiana high school football. Also has done some work in the college ranks as well. I think his most recent stop was at Louisiana Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
And then the offense, they can stretch the field vertically now, which is something that they really struggled with last year.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people watched it. I'm talking about Chavez or Julian. The first play they dialed up was a touchdown over the top. Man, he hit a go route, and then Miles Crawley comes out for the next team. They run the exact same play, and Crawley hits Lyndon Rash for like 70 yards into the red zone, and there's a touchdown pass on the next play. I mean, they can stretch it vertically. Like I'm telling you guys, they got the athletes. If Grambling can figure out a quarterback, they're going to be a problem, man. And I had them 5th in my West rankings before spring. If they can find a quarterback, they're going to make a push to win that division.
You hear that, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, is Chance Army still there? Has he transferred out?
I don't believe he's still there. If I'm not mistaken, the top 4 quarterbacks you got, based on how I kind of got told today, it's Crawley 1A, Chavez 1B, then you've got Hawkins and Gilmore fighting for that 3rd spot.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Kadarius Hawkins is still there?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
He looked solid. I'll say this. He didn't look terrible today. I will say Gilmore looks like he took a massive step forward in his overall development. It was in the 4th quarter because I heard the HBCU lead pass stream was terrible. He took off rolling out of the pocket on the run, just tossed an absolute dot to Lyndon Rash, and I mean they hit him in full stride for one of the, I think it ended up being the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, because it was 28-27, right?
Yes, it was a little controversial. I will say on that 2-point conversion, I get it's a spring game. They were a bit quick on the whistle. Like I got really good film, so I can't wait to drop the highlight tape tomorrow. I got really, really good film. The running back.
I swear to God, this don't make no sense.
Dang, Timona. You good?
Oh man, but the running back, I think he was 31. Man, he got wrapped up by I want to say Sundiana Anderson. His helmet came off, but he broke the tackle and ended up scoring. But they blew the whistle too soon.
Wow.
Like in a real game, they would have won the game. But I get it. It's a spring game. But I will say, in terms of edge rushers, it's going to be Sundiana Anderson and Niles Gaddy and everybody else. I mean, listen, I got to talk to him after the game. Listen, because I'm a big dude. Like y'all see in the interviews, like I can stand next to some of these guys and not look tiny. When y'all see my interview with Sundiana Anderson, you're going to be like, how big is this dude? Like I did an interview. My first interview, I believe, was Lyndon Rash, the wide receiver. So it was kind of I had the camera kind of close, but I had to move this thing back like 2 feet to get him in frame.
Wow.
Like Sundiana Anderson is a grown man, and I think he had 3 sacks today. He was unblockable.
That's a problem right there. That is That's a problem right there. If you have an inexperienced tackle, left tackle to be exact, he's about to eat your lunch. He's about to eat your lunch. Like seriously.
he's going to be an issue. And I will say, I got to get their numbers because you guys know how spring game numbers are, man. It's so confusing.
Yeah.
There were 2 defensive tackles that I'm talking about. They are just bulls, man. All they know how to do is cause havoc. Like they did some one-on-one drills. You know, I'm all for the offensive line, and I know the new offensive line coach at Grambling. So I was over there talking to him. He said, man, like this. I want to say he was 50 something. I'm talking about he put his hands in this offensive tackle's chest and just took him on a ride.
Wow.
And it wasn't even close, man. So they got some size on the inside, and I will say, the offensive line. I don't know who's going to start or how it's going to gel, but I will say everyone they added is a big, you know what, man. They got one kid who I swear to God he's 6'11". It looks like. I mean, he
Damn.
is. So,
Where's
I'm talking about
he
like.
from, Drew? Where's he from?
I don't know where he's from. He was working with the third string, so he might be. If he's a freshman, good Lord, I don't know what they've been feeding this kid. But I don't feel small next to people. I was walking and I looked at Coach Harper and I was like, where do y'all find this? He was like, bro, that don't even look real. Like, this dude is so big. Like, he was making like normal people, like real players on that team look tiny. Man, I think I got a picture of him. I'll try to go through my pictures, man. But man, he is huge. I want to say he's 55 on the offensive line because they had a 55 defense.
Oh yeah,
and a
that
55 offense.
kid's from New York. Yeah,
Good Lord, that kid is big.
that kid's from New York. Yeah.
And the transfer from Arizona probably looks like their best offensive lineman. I want to say they had him at left tackle today. But, man, Sundiata looks legit. And they had a freshman, number 13 in the defensive backfield. I want to say he had 2 interceptions and dropped the third. The kid can play, man. He can play like nickel safety, and he can step out in the corner if you need him to. So I think – but I will say their secondary – they got to work on their communication, man. They had too many coverage breakdowns where it looked like they were trying to talk in terms of get across the field, like, you know, passing people off in coverage, and it just didn't work. And that's how some of these wide receivers got behind them. But I was listening to the show earlier. They are going to probably be run first.
Oh yeah.
Were they playing zone or were they playing man to man?
So, you know, being on the field sometimes it's hard to tell because they rotate through it, but it looked like a lot of zone.
Okay.
So, but I gotta go back and watch the film. But their running back room, man, I'm telling you, I don't want to jump the gun because you know you got Jarvion, you got Caleb Johnson. They're gonna be in the conversation for having one of the deepest running back rooms.
Oh yeah, they do got the deep running back room.
Man, they got some studs.
I figured it was gonna be a run first. That's why they kept blowing through the offensive. Well, I don't know. The defense wasn't closing up that line up front, and they're just blowing through. I was like, what the heck?
I also do think because being an offensive lineman, it's usually easier for an offensive line to gel run blocking at first before you get to pass blocking sometimes. Grandma's offensive line can run block, man. They can move people.
Oh yeah.
So
but they left a gap so wide. It was bigger than the parting of the Red Sea. And one of the defensive linemen ran up in there, and you know it's touch football, so they didn't necessarily knock the quarterback out, but anybody else on another team's gonna knock the sonic rings out of you. You gotta be.
That's what I'm talking about with communication, and I mean anyone who's played offensive line knows. Usually, when you see something like that happen, somebody stepped the wrong way because you're all supposed to be stepping together. So, like if you're zone pass blocking or whatever, you all have to step in unison, or you get big gaps like that. So it was probably just in terms of like a communication error.
It looked like a glitch on one of them NFL games on PlayStation 5. Where the player just
it could have been a situation where like most of the O linemen go left and one of them go right, or vice versa.
Yeah,
just, like Bruce said, miscommunication. Like that's the only way something that obvious would be if it's that large.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're gonna correct it, but I just was like, boy, if that was anybody else, they're gonna knock the sonic rings out your quarterback.
That's surprising to hear HBCU go kind of like looking kind of funky. They're usually better.
No,
than
league pass.
That was league play.
That was league pass.
That was okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was trying to tell y'all, but y'all wasn't listening to me. But that's another.
You see,
story.
I didn't.
I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it.
It wasn't. Okay, so the stream sometimes it would get really, really clear. So I think
Yeah, I would
that
see that.
is probably the reception at Grambling, because sometimes it would be really really clear and then it would get really really grainy. So that is just a matter of probably the reception. But they did have like playback. They did have
Yeah, it was a lot of things.
it
They
was
had
I
a lot
think
of
it was the
things.
reception. Aren't they in
Yeah.
the country somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
they
Who are
smack
they?
Not
dab in
like
the middle of the
okay.
country.
Okay, it's not all corn country bad,
Nah.
but it's like
Now you
whatever
can't get no
level.
more
Yeah,
country now.
yeah. Listen, all
Valley
corn was built
country?
in the woods.
No, Valley
Yeah.
ain't
Okay.
country.
Okay. No. Okay. So
Shit.
Valley is a little country, but I mean all corn. Like I there's can't. I challenge anyone to find me a campus in America that is more country than all corn.
Man,
Woo!
all
Man,
corn, you need a boat to
that's
get
all
back
that
there.
thing
You sure do,
there.
man.
The worst part is one
Pretty
way
They
in and
much.
one way out.
Oh yeah, I hate that, bro.
But no,
Especially,
they
at least
I will
present
say,
they
Valley's right out the highway, so it ain't that bad.
yeah, like
Alcorn's
it's not
president
terrible.
was
Yeah, Valley, you can walk
Al-
to the convenience store if you want to walk that far, but
And Grambling's got some more stuff
Alcorn's,
like they built like if you're headed toward I-20 because Grambling you get off on exit 81 or whatever, like they started
mm-hmm.
putting up some stores and a gas station and stuff, like
Yeah,
man, when you get off at Alcorn, it's you and the deer. That's it. It's you, the deer, and the trees. That's
that's
all
it.
that's on
That's
that
it.
exit. But
man, them deer be looking at you like, what
Alcorn's
you doing down here?
yeah, right?
Alcorn's
Hey,
president was
Mr.
like,
Ford,
Uh,
Mr. Ford, it was so crazy because I used to ride the Greyhound bus back and forth from Dallas to Jackson, right?
right.
And this is how country Grambling is. The bus station is literally across the street from the university,
Right. Yeah.
inside of
That's
an
right.
insurance office.
Yeah.
That's how country Grambling
Oh
is.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't get no country in that. Once you cross over that bridge, you hit that light. That's it. That's all you got right there.
Yeah.
I will
We had the
I will
village. They had the little park called the village.
Mm-hmm.
I like Alcorn though.
so
Like I
that
might be.
explains why they had that promo video where they was walking through the woods
Oh yeah,
last year. No, but Alcorn's
it's
president
crazy.
said, "Shit, I'm tired of this country town. I'm about to die out here." Let me stop.
Yeah.
But
Man,
Alcorn has
Alcorn,
1,500 acres, right?
Yeah. Alcorn is
Alcorn
a
is
big
a beautiful
campus.
campus.
Yeah, it's got 1,500 acres.
I
they
love their
1,500
campus.
miles from civilization too.
Man,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like it's in the middle of nowhere, but I enjoy going to Alcorn to cover games.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know why. I love it, man. It's beautiful over there.
it's
I'll
nice.
admit it. Yeah.
Let's call it. I'm gonna tell you another school that's like that in the SWAC. Prairie View.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
got like 1,500 too, I
They
think.
got like
1,500 acres.
1,500 acres, man.
Yeah.
It's smack dab in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
It's right off of 190.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was close to the city.
Now it's closer to like going to I-45. But once you get to I-45, you still got another 20 minutes to get into the city of Houston to even get to downtown. And that's not even counting the traffic if the traffic is bad. Because
Listen,
anything on 40,
they have beautiful facilities. What
yeah.
they need to do is Prairie View needs to get, and maybe they already got it. They need to have a weekend shuttle, a free weekend shuttle
No,
to the city.
they actually do have a week. They actually have a little small transit that goes around
No,
through Prairie View. No, for real. No, not just Prairie View, but it goes around to Brookshire. Goes to
I'm,
Katy. It
I'm
goes.
talking about a free shuttle that goes like um, what do they call it? Expressway to Houston on the weekends or something like
Oh
that.
no, they ain't gonna do nothing like that.
Why
Shoot, they do.
not? That's
They
a
do. They
that's
do Monday through Friday. And then when them weekend comes, shoot, they gonna be want to go home. They be like, you on your own.
students want to go to Houston. Like if you say, "Oh, I can go to this," yeah, it's in the country. Listen, they have beautiful facilities, but I didn't know that it was in the country. Look, you
Oh, they in
gotta
the country.
Country is better than being up in the mountains around
Jesus,
around
Jesus,
the white folks. That
Jesus.
make a
Man, I
wrong
seen so
turn,
many
you gonna be
comments about
like,
that.
Man,
we gonna be
Oh
like,
Lord.
I feel so targeted, man. Because listen, I'm biased. Like if I got to pick, I would easily live in the mountains. I love it. I
It
do.
in
I
is
the
think
nice
snow,
in the mountains though, for
it's
real.
in the
beautiful. It's
snow,
Blue, I don't think she got a
snow.
problem with mountains. She was trying to be funny, I think.
oh, I know. But listen, man, I loved it, man. When
Yes,
I
I
went up
do
to
have a problem with the snow. It was 20, it was 21 degrees today, this morning, up there yonder.
listen, I'm a big dude, man. Listen, I sweat easily. It's so nice to just be able to wear a hoodie comfortably, like all year round. Like sign me up for that. Sign
In
me
the
up.
snow, Blue, in
You got to think.
April.
Now you got to think. I lived in northern Kansas for like 4 years, so like I've
Wow.
been in snow.
Yeah, it's a big difference between
I'm
Kansas and
from
Colorado.
Missouri.
Colorado
I'm
I
from
agree.
is dry.
I agree.
Missouri. I'm from Missouri, and it snows there all the time. And as soon as I got down to Mississippi, I never went any further than North Carolina. I do not like snow. I don't
Yeah,
like being
Boulder's different
cold.
than like
Yeah.
Oh
Kansas.
yeah, no,
And
You
you
go
I
to
don't
Kansas,
breathe.
Kansas 30 is like -15. You go to Colorado, 30 is like 62 to us. It's a lot different unless the
yeah.
wind's blowing.
man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you,
Kansas sucks. I'm just gonna throw that out
Yeah.
there. Like
I'm a,
Kansas is my least favorite state.
I traveled because I used to work for Greyhound. I wasn't a bus driver, but I was a customer service. So I used to travel a lot. So I went to Utah one time. I went all the way to Seattle and took the back way through Colorado and Idaho and get to Seattle, man. I was
Lord.
like, yeah, I ain't
How
doing
is
this
it
shit
snow?
again. I'm gonna take a plane. Then I realized like I don't like flying. So I'm like, nah,
Snow is nice to look at, but it's not. I don't want to. It's kind of
I
like Game of Thrones up in Colorado. They probably could have filmed Game of Thrones in Colorado, just how it looks like.
Blue, will
Y'all
you
should
be
know
covering them?
winter is here. Winter
Who?
is here.
That team up there.
No.
Jacksonville and
Hey, Blue, what did you see
Oh, that might
anything
be
that
the
Coach
funniest thing
Thornton was
Blue
trying
ever
to
said.
introduce today?
That who was trying to introduce?
Coach Thornton, how did he look as defense coordinator? What was he trying to do today?
I think he kept everything pretty basic because they got a lot of new guys stepping in. In a lot of them, especially in the secondary. So I think he was just trying, like I said, get the secondary to communicate and know their assignments.
mm,
And with the quarterback not being, fully, live, you don't want to bring any exotic blitzes or show anything crazy. But I think it's going to be that typical Cedric Thornton defense, man, where they're going to be aggressive and they're going to try to get after the quarterback. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
his staple.
yeah. He's always been bring a lot of pressure from the front four. How did
well,
his
based off
linebackers
of
look?
I think Lewis Matthews, of course, I mean, I think he led the team in tackles last year. He's easily the best linebacker they have, but I'll be honest, no one else really stood out today in terms of linebackers for me. I have to go back and watch just to double check, but I think it's going to be Lewis Matthews, and then everyone else is going to have to mature around him and kind of develop.
Mm.
they're cracking me up in this comment talking about Amos and Andy.
Lord Jesus.
He said there's a snake in my boot.
Man.
Yeah, ride 'em, Cowboys.
Oh man. Hey, and I thank Kobe Paul for coming on the show earlier. Like that kid is humble, y'all.
Oh yeah.
And he hungry too. So like
He's gonna be a difference maker for us this year for sure.
hey man, that kid is I think he's ready for that spot. He's ready for the spotlight, man. So I did give a brief synopsis on Pine Bluff because they had their spring game today. And Blue,
How was their kicker?
that's what I'm about to get. Trey Glimp is the best player on the team for Pine Bluff. This is coming from Miss Lillian Hempfield, who I found out her cousin is Coach Hampton. She says that Trey Glimp is the best player on the team right now. But in reality, she also said that the offensive line looked like trash. The defensive line is quick, fast, and hungry. Chancellor Edwards is going to be the starting quarterback for Pine Bluff.
Is he a transfer? Where is he from?
Oh, he's a sophomore from Mesquite.
Okay.
So maybe it might be.
Is that the white dude they brought in?
I don't know if that's the white dude that they brought in, but I know dude name is Chancellor Edwards.
Because that's what I heard. I heard I don't remember the kid's name. Like that was their best quarterback. I wonder if it's the same guy. I'll have to look at the roster when I'm not driving. But I need to catch up on that one. That's the only thing I hate about having. It was worse last week, of course, because everyone had their spring game. But I hate it because with me going to cover this game, I didn't get to watch any of the other ones. But then some of them aren't even on TV. I still haven't heard a single thing from Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, the only thing about Bethune-Cookman that we heard from is they're breaking ground on their new practice facility.
Yeah, I seen that today.
Their practice field and their practice facility. So, that's what I heard. That's what we saw, which is a good thing because I know a lot of people was complaining about that. They said it's going to be done by. Tamana, they said it's going to be done by August.
Man, you gotta give me 10 minutes to talk about Bethune so I can get upstairs and sit on my computer so I can actually pull up the pictures for everybody.
Oh Jesus, here she go.
But yeah,
pictures in the video.
It's August.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's August.
It is August, targeted opening because they want to have it before the season starts.
Man.
So for all you Ed Reed people, hey, I actually called out Coach Hayes because he was he was really, there was certain people that was just going hard on him.
Listen, can I ask y'all to give my guy Stan a break? Man, y'all were in my guy Stan, he graduated from oh good Lord, where did he graduate?
He's not an HBCU.
Yeah, yes he did. He went to an HBCU for undergraduate.
I don't care. He was going hard on Jackson State last year, talking all crap. He was talking about y'all.
You talking about Stan Beckton?
Yeah, Stan.
Oh man, Stan cool though. He cool. He cool. He went. Hey, he went. No, he A&T, ain't he? Or Winston-Salem?
That's even worse.
I think it's Winston-Salem, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say he went to Winston-Salem.
Okay,
so that explains for the hate. But this is what I'm saying. And this is coming from facts, not just what I'm saying. This is how it was. The last two, when we had Coach Prime, Stan was a bona fide Jackson State hater. Jackson State can't get into the top 25 because they don't have a good strength of schedule. Jackson State can't do this because they're playing this person. So he was really hard on Jackson State, and he was talking about the SWAC conference as a whole. It's not a strong conference. And so I think maybe 7 months ago, maybe even longer than that, we had a conversation because every team in SWAC beat one of the other conferences teams. I think Grambling beat Northwestern, if I'm not mistaken. It was just I don't have the exact breakdown, but what I know is he kept on talking about Jackson State and their strength of schedule. Mm-hmm. Now here we are, present day, and he puts out a tweet trying to point out all the players at the Celebration Bowl.
Man, I don't know where me and Mike coming up with this stuff.
On other teams, and it's bro, why are you even talking about us? You ain't been talking about Jackson State. You just I'm not giving him I don't give nobody no breaks.
Me and Mike, you said give us 3 years. We'll be in Atlanta this year, boss.
I I'm not giving
Like,
him no look. And Stan, like you was talking mess about the SWAC and about how powerful and how strong the conference was. Then you was talking about Jackson State and our rankings. We can't be ranked. And he made it seem like Jackson State wasn't deserving of our rankings in all of his little back and forths over the year and a half. So then present day, he's over here talking about Shador Sanders is in Colorado. Travis Hunter is in Colorado. Shane Hooks is at Ole Miss. And it's like, oh no, we're not gonna do that. You gonna get what you got. You keep it moving because we're not the one nor the two. Like, don't do that.
You see, you
You
see, I,
wasn't
I don't. You see, I don't remember all like what led up to it. It just like from my perspective,
that's
it looked like he tweeted out that one thing, and I'm talking about, bro.
the
It seemed like
whole
everybody was like at his start. I'm like, what did I miss here? Like, well,
yeah,
like I was
because
like, what happened?
you're missing how he was earlier in the previous seasons and how he would like talk about he would give more credence to a North Dakota State or a South Dakota State. He wouldn't even really talk about Jackson State, and when he was talking about the SWAC or Jackson State, he was talking about how they weren't deserving of certain things or why we're not ranked, why they'll never make it to the FCS championship or why it holds more weight. So of course when he comes talking some mess, he gonna get got. And that goes with anybody else.
No,
It's your boy Oz. So who's gonna be first
I
and
feel
second?
you.
I'm sorry. You know what? You right. Let's give but that now that I know that he wants to Winston Salem, that's a D2 school, ain't it?
It's
Yeah,
Now
CIAA. Yeah.
that's the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
IAA right
now
there.
Yeah,
now I can
double A.
understand. I can you're right. It is his opinion. And guess what? We can have our opinions as well.
Oh
You
no, I'm with
anybody
you. I'm with you.
No, no, I'm talking about in the comments. Somebody said that's his
Oh,
opinion. You can't control that, and to which I said, "You right. It is his opinion. But whenever you have an opinion or whenever you have something to say, you just have to be ready for somebody to say something back."
now that's a
So
fact. Because
he,
listen, I've argued because like I've said some of the same stuff Stan has said, and listen, I mean I've went back and forth with plenty of fans about it, and like if you got to defend your opinions nowadays, so I'm with you on that. I just needed the backstory because like I was like whoa. Like what? Don't quote me on Winston Salem, but I know it's some sort of. I know he's actually an HBCU grad. Man. That's a, and
Yeah,
like Doc said,
he is.
he's a good dude. Like he actually travels and covers HBCU games in person. So like he does do the work. So I was just confused on like how all that came about because I was like, holy shit, like that seemed
the
like to
only
come out of
thing I
nowhere.
remember him doing is when he was is talking about how some conferences are better than the SWAC, to which it was, which I can't pull it up right now, but I can pull it up in probably 10 minutes and I can break it down to you that Grambling won over one
That
of
they
the
beat North that they beat Northwestern State out of the Southland.
Mm-hmm.
so wasn't Northwestern State one of the preseason
No,
to
No,
win?
they was
no,
terrible.
no, they're terrible. I think they were voted
Well,
to
then
finish last in the
it was
conference.
another one then. I'm gonna look it up. But what he was basically saying is y'all ain't on shit. Y'all don't play nobody. So that was my point. And you
The
know what?
I think I'm trying to think because if I'm not mistaken, because nobody in the SWAC last year beat a ranked team that was ever ranked at any
Not
point of the
ranked.
season.
Talking about beat somebody that was supposed to be highly touted in the other conference. I'm gonna have to
I'm
pull
trying.
up the actual tweet
Yeah,
to
I'm
see. We
trying to
was going
think.
back and forth on it, and maybe it was the year before that. But what I'm saying is, like, we was going in. It was pretty, it was got pretty heated.
I don't understand why y'all be entertaining that foolishness.
No,
We be in Atlanta. We be holding a trophy.
I'll
well,
be
I
laughing.
mean, this year, like, I mean, because that people, like I say at the end of the day, man, because like at one point it was a hill that I was willing to argue on, but like at the end of the day, like it doesn't necessarily matter. Like at the end of the day, the goal for the SWAC is to win the SWAC and get to the Celebration Bowl. The
Right.
goal at the end of the day for the MEAC is to win the MEAC, get to the Celebration Bowl, and fingers crossed for both conferences. And just maybe if you're interested, get it at large bid if you don't win it like FAMU did 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Well, they
every other,
done lost that point. They
well,
lost
yeah,
that
that
point.
yeah, that's not happening this year. But there are some MEAC teams that did schedule well enough if they can. get a few out of conference wins. Like Morgan State is set up perfectly. If they can find a way to go 4-1 in the MEAC, we'll have a conversation because they play a lot of really, really good CAA teams. So we'll see. But all the other FCS teams have to worry about strength of schedule. So it's just like, at the end of the day, it's just such a pointless debate now, which is why I really don't discuss it anymore.
Me egg Mike. Hey, what my boys up? Me and Mike. What my boys all say? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Moving right along. Man, but it was, I don't know. A lot of these folks, I'm gonna say it just like this. A lot of these folks on this Twitter space, in this Twitter, is getting cooked. I'm looking on here. I'm looking on Twitter, and I'm seeing it say it's cooking somebody like straight barbecue chicken. What Shaq say, Travis? Barbecue chicken.
Hey, me and Mike, let me ask you this question. If someone pride didn't get in the way last year, you do realize we would have won last year. Like, we didn't lose because of lack of talent by far. That was not the reason. Like, they
I don't
weren't
know
better
why
than
they
us.
keep on. Everybody knows that the reason why we lost is because of Coach Prime's exit, the exit of some of our defensive line depth, the fact that Niles Gaddy wasn't playing, and some other key players. He made them sit. Like, come on, we're not gonna keep doing this. The Celebration Bowl was basically his ability to showcase some of the talent that he thought that he was going to be bringing to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing, I think that he really thought that he was going to get uh Shane Hooks and Juriante Davis. I think he thought that he was going to get them, and they said, "Whoop, made you look. See ya.
Juriante was gonna go somewhere where he can actually
Wouldn't
plug
want
and
to
play,
beat you."
and
I don't know. I
that can
feel
run.
like
It's
you did
plug
he
and play.
just say somewhere where he could actually play?
Yeah, at Texas A&M, he can play. I mean, he might have
He could
been
have
a
played.
horrible person at Maryland, but
He
DJ Durkin as a defensive coordinator at Texas A&M is a good DC. I'm just gonna have to say it just like that. I'm just saying this is Juriante Davis. Shane Hooks going to Ole Miss and learning from an actual offensive guru in Lane Kiffin is much better going up to Colorado to learn to be a wide receiver from Bartolome.
Absolutely, I would definitely agree. He's definitely gonna benefit from that.
I
I'm
just think
actually
that Coach Prime thought that he had it hook, line, and sinker,
Oh
trying
yeah,
to grab all these people from Colorado to go to Colorado, and they said, "Ooh, made you look."
oh yeah. It was a big swerve. It was a big swerve. Shoot, it was a big swerve. Westcott don't even know where. I mean, I know he got a couple of offers since he been on the portal, Savion, but other than that, he hasn't committed to nowhere yet. And that
I didn't
portal getting
I
ready to
didn't
close.
watch I didn't watch the game. I just would read what Twitter was saying. And
Oh
then
yeah.
and Kobe said that
glad you didn't
the
waste your
best
life.
the best players on the team came from, never mind, I'm not even gonna say it. That's
Yeah,
what
I
he
seen that
said.
one.
So that
Hey,
takes me to know that uh the best players was from Jackson State.
It's really tough to gauge what Colorado look like, honestly, because um I watch some of the content because I like Shador, I like Travis, and
mhm,
I watch Deion Jr. stuff because I've never heard him say anything about Jackson State to be
bad.
negative. He just does his job and just pretty much records his dad. I've never really just heard him, he don't seem to be on it. So I respect him. I still watch it, and I've noticed the whole year, well, since the 4 months. I mean, the defense is always getting yelled at. Like, they always blowing assignments. They look like hot garbage. So Shador is
Mhm.
a quarterback in the NFL. Um, he's definitely gonna be in the NFL. So I really didn't put too much in there, but they honestly like hot garbage. Like, they, unless God himself lands in Colorado before they go play TCU, they are in trouble. Like, they may just put 50 on them just because it's prime. They may put
He
another
washed
20 on them because
he
they just that
washed
bad.
away he washed away all of the bad energy and sins with that blanket of snow on the field.
Oh Lord.
Like the defense
And they
really
cleared
looked
it up.
bad.
I'm telling you, even though like it's we all say yes, it's scripted. It's it's a scripted scrimmage. It's basically a scripted practice. If you really think about it, it's a glorified scripted practice. But
Right. So
it it
we're gonna give them the same deference that we give everybody else, which is practice. Are we talking practice? We're just gonna do that.
And
But
the
I
third
did.
reason I would say that it's hard to kind of see where they're at because man, if we all know what was going on down here, if you watch it, like Doc said, it was scripted, but if you watch it, the narrative was controlled. Like, let me give you an example. The play where the receiver, it might have been about an 80, it was at least a 60-yard touchdown. If you go back and watch that play for number one, the
mhm.
play clock went dead. I know it's a scrimmage, but technically the play clock went dead. And then two, if you watch that DB, he made no effort to try to just like really tackle him. So he controls the narratives to Shador as well. The narratives is to drive him to get him in the league. Now I'm not saying Shador needs it, but it just makes him look better, and it leaves that window of no hope for someone to say something bad about Shador. But Shador doesn't
I
need
mean,
that, so I don't really know why he does it. But
Right.
there's gonna be some straightening. Oh, Oregon, TCU, uh, Nebraska. There's no narrative that can be made up. So
I don't
I
have
have
that.
faith that Shador, with a great O line, will be able to make plays.
Oh
But
yeah, for
baby, you
sure.
gotta have that. The defense.
Defense.
If the
Shador and their
defense
offense
is
is gonna
hot
put up
garbage,
40 a
then
game. Like they're gonna do that. The question is, can he bring? My only concern that I saw was the O line looked like some kindergartners out there compared to an SEC team and other teams. I mean, they look very, very small. And I can't remember off the top of my head their schedule other than TCU, but I counted at least 7 losses. Like they're gonna lose 7 games next year.
Hey
And
Blue, you still on there?
no, I think he jumped off.
I think he
So
jumped out.
I just, no, I'm still here. I just don't really care
Oh,
about. I'll be
Oh,
honest.
he going to a bad area. Nah,
so
oh, Blue, where you going? What other game you going to next?
that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, all spring games are done.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of schools gonna
It's
have
been
like
it's been
they
five.
got graduation.
So now what are we gonna talk about?
Uh,
hold on, you said who is JSU 2015? What the hell Travis talking about? Is 100% correct. What? All right, anyways.
Oh,
man,
I think he was talking about he gonna, like, you know how you just said that which we saw in the Celebration Bowl, which is you want to make sure that he gets those good throws so they can put it on camera. And
Oh
I was
yeah.
just like, all that's gonna go out the window when it's not saying that he won't be able to make those plays, but they won't be scripted anymore when it's there.
uh, I'm sorry to say this. Mel Tucker didn't win that Colorado shit. Mel Tucker left out when it was time to get out of there. He left out. He bumped out and went to Michigan State.
I'ma just keep eating my popcorn.
He he chunked the deuce on y'all and said I'm going to Michigan State, and then he got a fat bag when he got to Michigan State. I
Talk
mean,
about SC State versus JSU. What's there to talk about? We're gonna win this year.
Man, South Carolina State, we about to mop the flow with them.
Like I,
This is like
I
celebration.
don't really see what y'all get out of like it's funny to me. I
They
seen
want to
somebody
remind you.
all day today. All I saw was Jackson State did, Jackson State did, Jackson State did. I just want to know why y'all never talk about y'all own team. Like it's always what
Let
Jackson
them
State
keep
gonna do.
talking about us. Let them keep talking. Let them, cause
Like y'all
we
make no cases for your own team. Like there is no case. Like y'all really think we're gonna fall off. Like if I don't know if y'all have noticed, but we're coming to Mecca of HBCU. Like I see a 3P from all schools coming. At
mm,
one time. Like I see the men's, the women's, and TC winning the SWAC at one time. It may not be this year, but definitely next year.
Yeah, somebody who said Mel Tucker won at Colorado, boy, he went 5-7 and bumped up out of there. Went to Michigan State. He knew
All
what the
I
writing on the wall was. I'm not even trying to entertain that stuff. But
does
Man,
does anybody have a Morgan State podcast? Is there
mm,
such thing as a Morgan State podcast?
I've
man,
never.
but it's my guys from
Mr.
HBCU.
Haynes?
Oh, doc, bro,
What's that?
bro. This man, boy. If I had the money to go to college, man, y'all, they had our kicker looking like hot
Mata.
garbage.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I meant to say
my
Ooh,
that.
god,
what
Oh, Mata was not
happened?
automatic today. He was. Oh my god, one kick he shanked that shit to the right. I was like, oh,
Look, what did Rob J say? What did Rob J say? Now y'all was all down Rob J. He shouldn't have been talking to the players like that. He shouldn't. Now what you're
I
telling
love
me
it, man.
is
That's a people would just be too sensitive. He was really joking. Like,
we
I
got
mean,
he obviously he wasn't he was joking, but he was serious. He said we got some
yeah, he
kickers
was
coach.
serious though.
He said
I mean,
He
he was serious, but he was just making jokes to get to commentary. But yeah, they had my boy looking like hot, straight garbage.
garbage.
was he kicking but from
They
35
had
and
so where
I
they
think
had
his
to
first
do
kick was like 40 yards. I think
40 yards and hook to the right. So what they was doing was so they was placing like this just for the special teams. They was placing the ball like on the left hash, right hash, in the middle, and they was going from different distances. That, like you said, that first kick that he kicked, y'all, it was 40 yards. Shanked that to the right. It,
that
it
shit
looked
looked
like
like
it was going in.
oh,
It blew to the right, and
I
that
think they
then
shit.
might have had a fan. They might have had a fan to blow some wind
but you
right
gotta
where they were.
realize too, it's in you still in the damn mountain, and it's gonna be wind out there. So you
The killer part, there was no wind though. Like I looked up there, I looked at the flag. It was no, and then
it
the
was no
guy
wind.
reporting on the game, there
Oh
was
my
no
god.
wind.
Look,
Like
so
Um,
it's not automatic mata.
that
So
shit looked
basically,
like an airplane flew by at the same time he kicked it.
oh man, look,
uh,
Matt, it was so crazy, Matt. I was like, you know what? I was like, Mata didn't look good, and I started thinking about our kickers that we got. G Baby is gonna be nice. Uh,
Whew.
s- shit,
Matt, no.
Luke Jackson is gonna be real nice, and Matt Noel is going to change the way that we play the game, especially in the
Absolutely.
SWAC.
He's
You
gonna be
When
a
I
field
tell
flipper for
you,
sure.
we are going to pin them down at their own red zone between 0 and 20
that
every
man
time.
kicked at
And with that
80-yarder.
dominant look, with that dominant defense, the defense might be scoring 1 to 2 touchdowns. I'm just telling you, like,
Let me let me give y'all a breakdown with like
Hold on, before you get that breakdown, Travis, I got to do a bet. I gotta go to
we good.
commercial because we got to
We
get
good.
these bills paid. Hold on, y'all. Commercial break coming. HBCU OverDrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. I had to put it in there, man, because I think we gonna work out some deals, man.
They
we
gonna
couldn't
need the
hear it.
defense.
Couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it?
No, you
Yeah, I
sound a little
couldn't hear it
now,
either.
but
They gonna need the defense to be that good because the quarterback drop off to do is big.
Oh my
Um,
god.
um,
our long snapper Avery Salerno, like every for the special teams, it's gonna be something special.
guys,
Special.
we have
No
No,
drop off. No drop off.
we don't have any drop off because we've answered pretty much every bell. Like I seen somebody make the comment on Twitter. I think it was yesterday before. Oh my God, Jackson State is bleeding talent, bro. We had 5 players leave, and technically they really didn't leave. They were gone 3 months ago. They just didn't make no announcement because of the portal. So they've been gone. Like they wasn't practicing. They weren't out there doing spring ball at all. So they've been gone. So the people that y'all seen announced in the portal, they were already gone. Like they've been at home working out. They've been gone. They haven't even been physically there.
They
There
ain't even been
is
in class, and I thought they had to graduate. Some
the
of them.
quarterback room is there. The only question mark we have currently is depth at the O line, and I promise you that's being addressed
Yeah, it's
now
been
and it's
addressed now.
forthcoming. So the quarterback, I give Jason Brown, in my opinion, a edge right now. The running back room is it's got depth. The O line is solid, but it just needs more depth. The defensive line, good God, they they coming.
Nasty.
They
Nasty.
and it's more on the way. The defense on the back end is loaded. Depth wise, talent wise, you won't see what I'm interested to see that like if last 2 seasons we've ran obviously man to man. This year we'll have a mixture, so
So
it'll force quarterbacks last year who couldn't throw. It's easy for a quarterback who can't make reads and throw the ball accurately if you could just draw back and you know what to expect. But when you have to draw back, make reads, and you can't do neither one of them, it's gonna be 10 times worse. Um, the special teams, there is no gaps there. I know Rob J was making the jokes, but we fill that gap in for sure. We just signed the #1 player in the FCS on special teams. And it's more on the way. So we'll see y'all in Atlanta. That's why I don't really entertain y'all too much. So
I like to let them talk because whether or not you're defending Jackson State or just saying, "Hey, Jackson State is my school," and then you have haters who just feel like they need to, for some reason, they need to let us know Jackson State lost in the Celebration Bowl. They don't even, you can't even make your own team trend because you have to say Jackson State lost in the Celebration Bowl instead of saying North Carolina didn't
It's your boy
win.
Oz. So Jason Brown, the best quarterback in the country. I'm not gonna say I didn't that's not what I was implying, but that
Conference.
I
The
have
conference
that
gonna be Jeremy
confidence.
Musa. It's Jeremy Musa right now until the bullets start flying. As I see it.
You
But
Until
said
even
it
who?
with that, the
uh,
depth and the talent we have, it
In
makes
the
up for that.
quarterback room. Right.
So
Mm-mm.
there's
They
I really
said
don't
that
see what
Musa
y'all
was,
saying.
didn't Mr. Ford say that Musa looked like hot garbage at the spring game?
because with Musa he eyes in on one receiver, he does not read the field. So that's the reason why Xavier Smith had all those damn yards and all those catches because he was his safety blanket. He was his Mr. Reliable, and he did not really scan the field like that. But now
How you gonna
you
have a
don't have that.
quarterback that doesn't? How are you gonna? Is he gonna learn how to read the field?
Well, shit, he better learn how to read the field. He been in playing quarterback for this long. He better learn how to read it. Blue say he think he good now. I'm gonna drop it. But he has to learn how to read that field. Like he cannot afford to just be
Do
one,
y'all get
just focus on one receiver because guess what? Your backside is going to be straight up unprotected. If you just stand in the pocket, you don't have that type of mobility either. So let's just say if it was uh on one side and Antonio Doyle, no, on the left side, let's just say left tackle, if he's going up against the left tackle, it'd be Niles Gaddy. There's no way you're going to try to sit right there and then think like, okay, where's my receiver? My receiver's not open. Who would I need to throw it to? And then guess what? You're getting obliterated into the ground. So
there won't be time for a quarterback playing JSU defense to make more than 2 reads. I'm sorry. Like, it's going to be a sprint to the ball.
Or
Um,
it's going to be a holding call.
you better do something.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards. Repeat first down.
Do y'all see that coming about unstoppable 25?
Illegal formation on the offense.
Oh
Look,
man, what do you
Last
think?
time
Hey,
I
look,
checked, maybe I'm tripping, but wow.
I
hey,
mean, we'll see. I mean, listen, it's what April? No, is it what March or April, whatever it is? Like, man, it's
hey,
we'll see. I mean, listen, defensive line is probably the strongest positional group for Jackson. And it just, I think the biggest question mark with the talent that they've brought in is still it's still linebacker because they're so unproven.
I would agree. And
And
another thing
also
we
I
had to
feel
take in mind, the same team. I'm sorry, you can go ahead, Blue. My bad.
oh no, you're good, man. I was literally just gonna say the other thing is they got a bunch of athletic linebackers in there, but I still don't think they have that downhill thumper linebacker right now.
right. Oh, okay. You. This is
Another thing we have to remember is the same team that you all seen in the spring. That won't be the same team that you all see in a few months. It's a lot of people that's coming in. So that was, you know, and that's a lot of other teams as well. But
so what we looking at, Timona?
this is Bethune Cookman,
Mm-hmm.
and they are having a ceremony for the John Bryan Field. You can see I guess that's the plans for what it will look like.
Mm-hmm.
The field, I guess that's the locker room, and I don't know if that's a weight room on the side. You can't really get a gist of it, but you can see in the background, you can see the football field. And so they had a ceremony, and that's the interim president speaking.
Nah,
And
that ain't the interim president. That's that must be somebody
that is
that
the interim president.
in the white shirt.
No, in this red shirt, that's the
Oh yeah,
interim president.
that was him. Okay.
Yeah, it's just probably slow coming up on the thing.
Oh, okay. That's my bad.
Um, yeah. But they took their shovels out and had a ceremony. I definitely called out a couple of people on my Twitter because they were going ham at Bethune Cookman, saying, "Oh, how are they gonna get it? They don't even have the permits. How are they gonna do this? And how are they gonna do that? How are they gonna get it ready by August?" So I'm hoping I called them out. I think Coach Hayes invited me to come on his show on Tuesday, um, to basically talk about Bethune Cookman. So congratulations to Bethune, um, clearing the field. I wonder if this is the same field that Ed Reed decided he was going to plow without any permits and not knowing where any electrical wiring was at. What you think?
Well, I don't
Is
know.
that the same field? It looked like it. It looked similar to the one that he went and got up on a machinery and tried to plow it out.
Well, all I know is I'm gonna say it just like this. It's good that they gonna get this stuff, man, because it's been a long time coming. So, um, kudos, kudos for Bethune to get that going on, to get that going.
Interesting. And do you know who made like some donations to the some big time names made some donations to pay for this facility. Big timers.
Mm.
Big. I think was it Charles? Let me figure it out if it was Charles. Wasn't it Charles Barkley that made a donation to Bethune? Or was it Shaq?
Charles Barkley,
Yeah,
Shaq,
they made
Shaq's mom. I think Shaq's mom was on the at one point in time was on the board of trustees. I had to
yeah,
go back.
it's in a nod to Reggie Theus. Um his NBA brother. That was so
Hmm.
nice of him. You know, it's a brotherhood.
But Charles Barkley been
Yeah,
sending money in. He
yeah.
been sending money to HBCUs.
I would say I was going to say like Charles Barkley for the past however many years he donates like I forgot exactly how much. It's like the same amount. He donates one of it like that amount to Auburn, and then he matches that donation for like a different HBCU every single year.
So
Okay.
you putting
So,
his money where his mouth is. So
yep, it's going towards the facilities, and it does say that since 2016, Charles Barkley has given $1 million to 6 other HBCUs, in addition to Bethune-Cookman and Jackson State. Those schools
hmm
include Alabama A&M University, Clark Atlanta University, Morehouse, Miles, Tuskegee, and Spelman. So that's great to see the um, progress done down there at Bethune-Cookman, because there was a lot of like it was a big thing for at least almost a month
yeah.
of people with influence and a lot of YouTubers. They were going in on Bethune. So I'm glad to see that they were able to get the ball rolling. All hearts and minds are clear.
Oh yeah. But yeah, he been doing that. So I mean, still big kudos to Chuck. So giving that money out, and I think a lot of people need. I think a lot of some NBA players and NFL players need to kind of do that too.
And
Um,
Blue Russell Haynes said, does the transfer portal closes basically next week, right? But players can still come out of the portal to other schools. They can commit. They just can't enter the transfer portal, right?
hey Blue,
Is am I there? Can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as long as your name is in the portal by that last date, you can commit or sign whenever you want. It's just that window you have to enter the portal. So once that day after the portal closes, you cannot transfer from your school after that.
Hmm. Oh, hey Blue, I meant to tell you, bro. I read the piece that you wrote, man. That shit was fire, like for real,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me pull that up.
I appreciate y'all for
man.
sure.
It was fire. I was like, oh snap, my boy Blue right up in here.
Yeah. So anybody that's tuned in, you guys can go. I'm getting ready to pull it up, but you guys make sure that you is it it's the FCS Hero website, right, Blue?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Hero Sports.
I said, man, I can't. I was reading. I was like, man, made me want to go back and get
Blue
a
said
penmanship and
he
start
do it
writing.
all. He's on the ground, he's reporting, he's doing the graphics, he's doing it all.
Hey, Blue, your major was mass comm.
Nah, bro. Okay, so I never talk about my personal life like for real on the show, but so when I initially started the Blue Bloods, like when me and because I used to have a co-host for people who like really remember, like when we first started the show, I had a co-host named Brandon. We went to high school together. I was
Hmm.
actually in graduate school. It was my first year of graduate school at Kansas State, and I was in the behavioral neuroscience PhD program.
Oh,
And so I was going to school to be a neuroscientist, and I wanted to like my main focus was like ADHD medication, stuff like that. But then the podcast started kind of catching on, and I was like, man, I can always like I've worked all the way up to my master's, and I was like, I can always come back and finish if
hmm
sports media doesn't work out. So I just told myself I was going to give myself like 2-3 years to try to make sports media work. And man, it has. Like now, I'm writing for USA Today Sports. Like I got the Blue Bloods going on, which is making money. I also produce for On Three Sports, and now I'm a columnist for Hero Sports, man. So it's been a interesting journey. But yeah, my whole background is psychology and neuroscience. So I had zero college training in terms of like sports media, writing, anything like that.
man, that That says a lot right there, shoot. That made me want to go back and get a pen and paper and start writing again. Um, like I tell people before I started, when I was in school, I was a mass comm major when I got to Jackson State. Now, here's where the twist goes. I left Jackson State and I went to Stephen F. Austin. When I got to Stephen F. Austin, that's when then I became a history major. But I kept my mass comm as a minor in broadcast journalism. And then when I got back to Jackson in '09, I was still a history major and kept my same like mass comm as a minor. And I used to write like I don't know. It was so long ago when I was in high school, bro. I used to write so much like short stories, poems. Like I was down there getting ready to write my I want to say my autobiography, but I was getting ready to write a book about myself, pretty much, in a sense. And I kind of
Blue's a Gator fan. Blue, you're a
I'm
Gator
not.
fan.
No,
well,
I am
y'all
not.
about to you about to
I
have Blue
no,
crash his car and talk about no
no.
damn Gator
But,
fan.
but like we
Somebody
did
said that in the
no
comments.
no
I didn't say it. They're trying to
not
be funny.
no like he's probably funny, but he also could have watched the show when when we were covering P5 too, because so I've always been an FCS guy and I've kind of wanted to cover FCS my whole life, but my co-host Brandon, he's not an FCS guy. Like this is a dude who lives, breathes, and dies SEC football and LSU. So we cover a lot of P5 football. So we did talk about Florida a lot back in the day because we covered all of how I cover FCS nationally. Me and Brandon cover Power Five and Group of Five football nationally. So we probably did talk about Florida. Like I've had guests from Florida and everything, but man, I graduated from Auburn. So definitely an Auburn fan, not rocking. Now, I will say Florida was my number two choice. I took a visit to Florida and then I took a visit to Auburn and I chose Auburn over Florida. So I almost did go to Florida, but definitely not a Florida fan. Especially now that I write for Tennessee, I can't be a Florida fan,
Well,
man. They
we
might
would.
fire me.
Well, we would. Last year, I'm a Tennessee Volunteers fan, y'all. As far as
Well, I guess that
football.
just goes to show you that history major, psychological major, get ready to get his that it doesn't. You don't necessarily have to do it to go into mass communications and be a sports analyst. Great
Yeah,
stuff.
I think the field has changed so much in terms of man, there's so much technology nowadays that I tell people all the time, man, if you don't like what you're doing and you'd rather be happier, work is I'll be honest, I could make so much more money doing what I was doing,
Hmm.
but man, I was so miserable, man. I hate it, because I with neuroscience, you have to work with animals, so rat labs. You still have some primate labs out there, but it's like super expensive. Fish labs, all that stuff. I'm good. I never need to go back, honestly. So I'm glad it worked out because I'm much happier doing this. All you got to do is start a podcast, start a YouTube channel, start writing for somebody, create your own website. There's too many avenues nowadays not to find a way into sports media. So at the end of the day, it's just getting reps, and if you're good, people are going to tune in to watch you and your brand's going to grow. So that's the biggest key, is just perfecting your craft overall. That's what I always tell people, because I'll talk to people who are like, man, I wish I could do, this or that. I'm like, man, just do it. You never know if you're going to be good.
Yeah,
It'll be awkward behind the mic for the first time, but I'm telling you, after that, 15, 20, 50, 100 episodes, it's like, man, that becomes second, third nature.
yeah. I think that was the whole thing with me. Like it was, my whole thing was when I started doing this. Like I don't know how I'm sound. I know I'm country as hell. I don't know what talk about. I don't know. It was just a whole bunch of thoughts going into my head. But it's like once I did that first video and start getting the hang of it, doing the video, then plus doing the editing. And I was doing all this on my phone, y'all. Like phone right here. I was doing all this stuff on my phone. I didn't even have where I could do live or my webcam, what I use right now. Everything was done on the phone. And it was like, you know what? Um just started getting better. Like doing it almost every day. And then when I was, in fact, I was doing, y'all know I was on this thing like Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, I was doing this thing every day. And Saturday, like Saturday night, like I'm on this thing. I was on this thing for about at least 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, like we are now. But
Man,
like,
I'll have to send you. So like that, I'm laughing listening like you describing because I feel that because people don't know this. Like me and Brandon had our podcast, our show for like
mhm,
2 years before we ever put anything on YouTube.
see,
Like we used to be strictly podcasts because Brandon really wasn't about the on camera stuff, which is why like when I started covering FCS HBCU, if you go back to look at YouTube, like we have like our old audio episodes uploaded with the static background that I did, but like the first live video I did, it was the 2 minute drill, and it was supposed to just be like a 15-minute daily episode with like 2 or 3 big storylines across college football. But
right.
like, Doc, I got to send you the first ever episode we ever uploaded because I mean, we started covering as like 2018, 2019 season, something like that. And man, it was so bad. Like I'm talking about, I recorded it on like my Apple headphones that used to plug into the phone, like not even
Yeah,
AirPods, bro. Like the
yeah, I know
plug-in
you're talking about.
Apple stuff. Like I recorded it on my phone. We did it like over Skype on the phone, dude. And just how like I went back and listened to it probably about 6 or 7 months ago, and I was like, man, I would have literally messaged myself and said delete this immediately. Like this, it was so bad. Like I'm talking about, like it was like an hour of just rambling. It
Right,
was so bad. I'm like, man, I can't believe how much like anybody ever like watched that show.
That's usually the best content creators when you like the people that's not trying to be too perfect. They just be themselves. Like you don't
yeah,
want to get on the camera like not knowing what you're gonna talk about, or hesitant about talking about certain things. Just be natural. You don't want to be cussing a lot. But the best content creators be the people that be themselves and just enjoy doing what they're doing. You're gonna get better at doing whatever you're doing no matter what. Like even
right.
if you're not trying to. I mean, at one point we all didn't know how to walk, but eventually we figured out because we kept doing it. So
Mata Fagata.
I'm done with you.
You're so petty, bro. That is
Done
wild.
with you. Who
That
dang.
is
got a
wild.
who got who's anybody watching the fight right now? If whoever's I want to know who's winning right now. Cause
This is gonna be one of those KOs. I don't see Tank getting knocked out. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna sleep nothing past Ryan Garcia though. I ain't
They
saying
they
I'm not saying
already
anything gonna
got
happen with Tank, but I'm just saying
they
I
already
want.
got 207,000 tweets. He came out with Chief Keef.
Who Tank?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
Man, I
okay.
he
haven't
better
watched.
win. I
I
think he
haven't
gonna
watched.
win.
I haven't watched boxing in so long. I think the last fight I watched was Wilder Fury, but man, I'm way more into UFC than I am boxing.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
he
you
said
this like this: when here in Dallas, when Earl Spence get ready to fight Terrence Crawford in 2 months, the whole city gonna be dead. Everybody's gonna be somewhere watching that fight.
Well,
Everybody.
like with Alabama, everyone was invested with Deontay Wilder because he's from oh god,
Tuscaloosa.
yes,
Yeah,
right
that
outside
school up
Tuscaloosa.
north.
Yeah, he's from there, so everyone was kind of invested in it. And man, like that trilogy took some people. Like there's people in Alabama that like will not watch boxing unless it's Wilder. Like that's the only person they're gonna rock with.
I was like, oh my god. When I'm just saying, when he get ready to fight, yeah, the whole city of Dallas gonna shut down. I'll probably be back on home. I'll probably be in Oak Cliff watching that fight for real. It's gonna be something serious, y'all. But
Tank won't start till the second. It looked like Tank, unless Tank knock him out, he already losing. Talk about Tank don't start till the second round. That means he's losing the first round.
oh Jesus. I mean,
Hey,
you said Lauderdale says the beginning of the second round, so okay.
Somebody said Drake bet on Tank, so that means that everybody that Tank gonna lose.
Gonna lose.
Because
the
Drake
Drake
bet on
curse,
him.
the Drake
Dang.
curse. That's tough. Hey,
See,
well, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I'm about to hop off here. I'm getting back into Mobile now, but I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Oh, okay,
thank
man. Thank you,
you.
bro. Thank you,
Yep.
man. Yeah, I'm about to call it a night. I've been up since like 8 o'clock this morning. I've been up. I've been up since like 8. Let me see what Trad got before we roll up out of here. Uh-oh. I guess not. Who got knocked down, Fred? Mr. Fred, who
Who
got a
got
knockdown?
knocked down? Who got knocked down?
Who got a
Somebody.
knockdown?
Who got a knockdown? Who got a knockdown? Please don't be. Tank already got knocked down. What happened?
Said Garcia got knocked down.
Damn, already? I don't like that because you might pay like what, $100 for the game or for the
Oh
show
yeah.
for the fight. It's $100 and they be playing. That is like the biggest trick ever. Well, they do have fights before that though, right?
Yeah. They have an undercard.
So so in other words, you really paying to watch the undercard because the main fight it don't never last that long. I've been eating a lot of popcorn this week. Have you
Yeah.
noticed?
Yeah, we know you. Your ass was smacking on that damn video, eating popcorn. It's like, you know what, girl?
I've
I
been
I
eating
was
on a lot of
I
popcorn.
was getting ready to. I was like, you know what? And the
It was
last thing I want to talk
caramel.
about
It was
before we
caramel.
see, last thing I want to talk about before we roll up out of here is y'all, whoever is in on Twitter, please do not try that man and say it's Guthrie because he's gonna pull your card.
Who was trying him?
Somebody
Not.
said, told him that he was going to be a glorified number 2 behind Shiloh. First of all, and then the sayers got on there. He said, I don't do the talking. I let the NCAA do the talking for me." So
Oh,
what he said is the man had 4 interceptions his freshman year at Delaware State. He was an FCS All American his freshman year at Delaware State. I don't know where a glorified number 2 is going to come, especially you talking about being behind Shiloh. Now, no offense to Shiloh, not going to talk bad about Shiloh, but Shiloh does not know how to cover.
I
So,
mean, there's more than one side of the field, though, so that wouldn't even need to be said at all. It didn't need to be said at all. There was another side of their whole another side. There's a left side and a right side,
so
and he could
and
have
my
played.
whole
He
thing,
could play free safety, or he could have been in the corner. Like,
but
you
that's
know,
the thing. That's the thing. It says he's going to play free safety. Shiloh could play strong safety, and one is a thumper and the other one is a ball hawk. So either way it goes, it would have worked out.
and then Shiloh had an injury, so it's not really a discussion. We don't really have to talk because, like Isaiah said, this
What?
fall it's gonna be
Hold on.
see ball, get ball, see
Hold
ball,
on.
get ball.
You said it says isn't the one. You
Yeah, they mean like Isaiah isn't the one, like not the one nor the two. Like, don't try Isaiah. Don't try him. Don't try.
okay? Look,
No, it's no discussion. Like, that's why when they were like, "Oh, we got this and we got that," I was like, "Did you see what we have though?"
yeah.
Listen, Jackson State West, y'all need some help over there in Jackson State West, but just stop trying to get them from over here at Jackson State. You got the $1 billion facilities. We don't need you to teach us nothing. We don't need you to fly us out. We don't need you poaching our players. We got this over here. It's all wrapped up. From the ankles to the team to the players. It's all wrapped up. We got it. We got this.
All right, man. We gonna be up out of here, y'all. Make sure everybody. Thank you for coming on. Thank y'all for viewing. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been
Stay,
another. This has
stay
been another
dangerous.
Doc and She Loves D production.
Stay dangerous.
HBCU Saturday Night Live. we gonna be back at it again. Don't know what we're gonna talk about, y'all. I don't know. But anyway.
No, I mean you talking about since spring game is over, spring football now. I think we ain't done yet.
Oh, draft. NFL draft coming up.
That's next week, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Starting next Thursday.
I mean, we still got some recruits in the back pocket too to talk about.
Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. But anyway, everybody become an Overdrive fan. Get the member perks. Got 2 tiers: Overdrive Purple, Overdrive Blue. Make sure that you hit that join button. Just pick which one. The donation, it all goes back to the channel. Make sure you go to SheLovesThee and join her to get
Yes,
all everything.
I have the practice squad, the starter, the all pro, and the Hall of Fame levels.
Oh,
I'm working on making some more. I'm working on making some custom emojis to use in the comments. I have to get clearance to use Kobe's face as one of the emojis or a couple of his facial expressions. I gotta get permission
oh, Jesus.
though. Is that petty?
Oh, that's super petty. Uh, any announcements, shout outs, and announcements you got?
No. Like you said, the draft is coming up. And I'm sure we're gonna get some more recruits. We need to do a basketball show though, for real.
Oh yeah,
Talk about the Jackson State tennis is competing tomorrow for the finals. Both the men and the women
in the
are
SWAC.
competing. Yeah, this is for
All
the
right.
championship. So I think the women go against FAMU, so it's going to be a great matchup. And then men's tennis are set to play Alabama State.
Okay. All right.
For
Y'all hear it?
the we need that SWAC championship because we're two sports behind for the
Yeah.
what is it
For the
called,
Commissioner's Cup.
for the Commissioner's Cup. So we need
Hmm.
both of the men's and the women's team to, I guess, increase that lead because we don't have golf.
Right. Uh, Shout out to Kobe Paul for coming on. I know you missed part of the show
I'm definitely
earlier.
gonna go back and watch it.
Yep. And I'm gonna clip out. I'm gonna do a clip out on it. So um, be expecting that coming up um in
Oh,
about the
we need
next
to
couple
do
of
more,
days.
and we need to do more student interviews.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would say like have two or three of them on at the same time.
Oh yeah. Uh, Mr. Quay already got you set up. She already got you. She got your stuff. She a moderator for my show for my channel. So she got you good. She got you good over there. She gonna pub you. She pub you like she pub me. So as always. Um. Yep. Yep. Like I said, this has been another HBCU Overdrive collaboration with SheLovesThee. This has been brought to you by We Work for Everything.org. Again, check out all the products that they have. The the good and comfortable hoodie that they sent me
Mhm.
this week. I like it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit snug, but I love it. I like it. Um, T-shirts, long sleeve shirts. They have a lot of stuff, and like I said, it's black owned, based out of New York. I won't say New York City, but it's in New York. Um,
You better
Good
have you
guy,
an NIL deal.
good guy. We trying to look. We the channel is trying to get sponsored. We got to get sponsored. I never thought in a day of my life that I would do this and then try to come up with some ask for sponsorship. And I'm loving it, and I'm thanking God for giving me the opportunity and ability to actually do this thing too. So, um, shout out to my guy. Um, Shout out to him for actually giving me that this time and the sponsorship. So we can get it going. So he could get, I could get some merch, but y'all could get some merch too. you know, but it's all good. And we helping out a fellow brother because, like I said, this is black owned. Um, building on our dreams. Make sure that y'all hit that notification bell on both channels. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to both channels. As always, I am Doc Holiday. This is my co-host, SheLovesThee. We are out for tonight, but y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe and stay dangerous out there, because that's what she was waiting on for me to say. We out of here. We'll be back next Saturday to cover some more recruits and the NFL draft. Peace.